Welcome to the Free Cheese episode 324. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Marc Augustiniak.
What's up?
Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Nailed it. For the 324th time. What do you say to that?
Congrats. Isn't it 322 though? You got to take away the 2 you missed.
That's true. Good call. All right.
Nah.
But we had all those, special episodes.
We've been through this before. You introduced them differently. We had this argument
doing?
like 7 episodes ago.
Fine. How you doing this week?
Gravy.
Gravy? How was Las Vegas?
Great. Good old Sin City.
Feels kind of weird asking you here because you just told me everything before we were recording.
No, I withheld some stuff.
Oh.
I withheld some stuff.
Do tell.
The best night in Las Vegas, of course, was Halloween night. I saw Lady Gaga. Gaga, great performance. Saw the Enigma show. Worth going out there to see, in my opinion. If she's you're planning a trip and her residency's still going on, I might be interested to see her after her new album drops.
Yeah, she texted me and said,
Adele is the name of that album, ironically enough.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Spelled the same way?
I think. Okay.
Is it a diss album? Is that the idea?
I don't know. I have no idea.
A full rap battle with it?
But then, while waiting for a lift to come pick us up, the lift was, I guess it was just one of those nights, so had to wait 10 or 15 minutes for the lift to come through. That's fine. Because that night, of course, Halloween night, everyone's going into Las Vegas clubs. All the girls in their skimpy fucking outfits going to the taxis and whatever. However, I brought the cold back with me from Las Vegas, meaning it was like 40 degrees Halloween night in Las Vegas.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
All these girls just freezing their asses off, literally and figuratively.
And you're just standing on the strip drinking a beer, cackling. Is that?
I didn't have a beer in hand, but if I got one previously, I would have been just standing there cackling at them the entire night.
Pretty good.
It was great.
What else did you do? What's the go-to table game for Matt?
Craps.
Craps. And that's the one where you pick a number and throw the dice?
Kind of, sort of. Really, the game starts with a dice roll, and you win on a 7 or an 11, and you lose on a 2, 3, or 12. You roll the dice.
Okay.
If it's another number that I did not mention, that number then becomes the point. So now the goal is for the roller to hit the point before a 7 comes up.
Okay.
Now, that's like the general rule. There's all kinds of different other bets where you can pick a number. You could kind of pseudo-play another fake point that would just be your own point. That's another bet. You can bet on hard numbers. Hard meaning like when you roll a 6, it's 2 3s. When you roll a 4, it's 2 2s. When you roll an 8, it's, whatever. There's all kinds of bets like that. But, yes, essentially, you just want to hit that point before hitting a 7.
Okay. You do, I mean, it's just chance, right? Or is there strategy involved? I feel like it's just like...
It's one of those games where you can't be afraid to place multiple bets on the table because that's the only way you're going to win money. Like the dice rolls are, like the odds on the dice always favor the house. That's why it's 2, 3, and 12 is a loss. That's why 7 are, like, it's... They even the chances towards the house. So if you're only betting 1, you're going to lose your money over a long-term period. If you get someone that keeps rolling the dice, like keeps hitting the point or just doesn't hit a 7 or the point, and you have multiple bets out, that's when you win money. Okay. You can't be afraid to put like 4 or 5 bets.
You do the weird, you breathe on it and shit? You do all that?
No, I just kind of take the dice and roll. I usually look for, because they kind of mix up the dice and they push them towards you and you pick 2 of the 5. And I usually look for the ones that have a 5 and a 2 for my lucky number 25,
nice.
And then I just kind of pick up and roll. I don't do anything special.
You don't carry like a little thing of whiteout in your sleeve like Spider-Man to kind of like dot the sides that you want to weigh down?
If you ever got caught doing that shit, I'd be afraid of what would happen.
Don't get caught.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, they're really weird with that stuff. So like, of course, dice, like sometimes like it takes a weird bounce and goes over the table. Like, the dealers can't touch the dice. Like, someone has to get it for them and put it back on the table.
Like you or like some
a player?
Fucking...
Like, a player has to put it back on the table, and then, like, the dealer has to take a look at it and deem whether or not it's suitable. And if it's been off the table for too long or it's been passed along too many hands, they have to get rid of the dice. And I don't know, they have to permanently get rid of it, or they have to put it on some kind of thing in the back to make sure it's still not weighted or anything like that.
Interesting.
When you go to pick up the dice, you can't pick it up with two hands.
What?
I guess potential dotting or something like that.
Yeah.
So you can only use one hand when throwing the dice.
I
forgot about that rule, and when the first time I picked up the dice and I got yelled at, I felt really bad.
I hate that shit though.
I mean, you got to think there's a lot of magicians and illusionists in Vegas.
That's true.
So
yeah,
they're probably going there and trying to make some extra buck.
Yeah. So and of course can't use your phone. I love when people get yelled at for using their phone because it's dude, you gotta pay attention to your fucking your money's on the board. If you're not paying attention.
Yeah, but I gotta see what this thing is.
I gotta see
Twitter.
this text.
Yeah,
it's fucking. I love when people get yelled at.
Yeah.
Even the people that are just not like 2 or 3 feet from behind the table, those watching on the table when there's space. If they're on their phone, they get yelled at.
Wow,
it's great. I love it.
Do they have a bouncer at every game?
There's a dealer, and then usually the tables they're kind of grouped together. Now craps, because there's so much bets that you can place on the table. There's 3 kind of dealers and then a manager at the table. The manager kind of is where the stacks are. They're the ones that will cash you in and out and check your ID. And then the dealers are the ones that handle the bets. And the one handles the bets on the inside, the one handles the bet on the one end of the table, and the other one deals with the bets on the other end of the table.
Are all of the dealers Wallace Shawn?
No.
All right.
But yeah, I walked out of Vegas up 120.
Nice, not bad. What are you gonna buy with that 120?
Death Stranding for free.
Oh.
I have money saved, but now that money can be used for something else.
$10.
Thinking Disco Elysium.
I keep hearing about that, but I don't know. I think I'm good on new games the rest of the year. I'm just gonna finish up what I got and call it a fucking day.
No, man. Everyone's saying if you like the Outer Worlds, Disco Elysium's it's the thing to look at. So,
yeah, I don't know if I like the Outer Worlds.
Well, I haven't played it yet, but it looks up my alley.
It is up your alley. It is up Ben's alley. I don't know if it's up mine. I played it for an hour, so I don't know. Mark, did you have a good Halloween?
Yeah, I think so. It was windy, super windy.
Oh, you guys had that storm come through here, right?
I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, right. Halloween sucked. Yeah, I only got 10 trick-or-treaters because it fucking rained all day, and then it cleared up in the afternoon, but then started at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, because I checked the weather and I saw that wicked front coming through. I was
dude,
shit.
The back door of my house just kept slamming shut.
Yeah. I didn't go outside much that day.
I didn't. So we had a little office party at work, and that was cool. I dressed up as Daryl Dixon. It's kind of last minute thing, and I got a friend to be Rick and my brother to be Negan.
For last minute though, you fucking pulled it together.
Yeah,
the crossbow you spray painted, the wings on the back of the vest, the scarring,
Yeah, that it took a couple days. My last resort was going to be Luigi, but they didn't have the costume in my size. Everything was double XL. I was well, fuck. I thought that'd be easy because it's such a popular thing. It could be easy to find.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be out of stock.
I was surprised. I saw a Mario. I don't think I've ever seen kids dress up as Nintendo characters, but this year I saw Mario and Luigi running up the street.
That's cool.
They didn't come to this side of the
up
street.
the street,
not Naruto style.
You know, they were just doing that bing bing wahoo over cars.
I thought they were practicing for their Olympic Games coming up soon.
Oh yeah, Tuesday. Check that out. No, they were just hanging up. They didn't come over. They fucking stayed on the wrong side of the road, and now here I am stuck with all this fucking candy.
That's when you just launch it at them.
I did think about I literally I saw some kids walking up the street that weren't coming over, and I was like, I'm just gonna go across and just give them candy. I was like, wait, no, that's weird. They're supposed to come to you. But I bought so much, and nobody.
May as well rent a van and be like, hey kids, want any candy?
Yeah, it was a little, but yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't really my brother was handing out candy to the kids. I didn't stick around for that. Just went over to a friend's house and watched The Dead Don't Die and ordered a pizza. That's an interesting movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not a fan of how that ended. It kind of partly reminded me of Funny Games, and I hate Funny Games.
Funny Games was
The newer funny games I hate, not the classic one.
The German one?
No, like the one back in like early 2000s.
The German one?
Is it German?
I don't know.
I mean, everybody was speaking English, but
no, the one I saw was German.
Oh, no, this was like a mid kind of. It was, I guess, it was kind of a remake.
Funny games? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Because here's the dumb twist for anybody that doesn't care. There's a part where like the main, because it's like two spoiled brats that are like torturing people in their house or whatever. They're like home invaders.
Yeah. Okay. So the original one was Austrian, and then there's a remake. Oh, same dude who made it remade his own film, but with an American cast in 2007, 10 years later.
Oh, well, they did a good job of having hateable characters, because I hated those main antagonists. There's a part where like the victims kind of get revenge, and then all of a sudden he grabs a TV remote and hits rewind, and rewinds the entire fucking movie to where he's not dead anymore or hurt.
I think that might have been the original. I can't remember.
And I was like, I'm out.
Oh, I remember hearing about this twist.
Checked out immediately. I was like, this is stupid. And I turned
That's on one of those Reddit threads. It's like, what's not? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's creative, whatever, but it's just at the time I wasn't ready for something like that, so it just threw me off.
Yeah, I know. No, Dead Don't Die, definitely. But hey,
but the rest of it I liked.
He fucking told you at the beginning it's going to end badly.
No, that's true. That's true. I mean, I do like the movie overall.
Yeah,
despite that part. That was interesting. But yeah, I mean, Halloween was okay. I did carve a pumpkin. I carved it, made it look like a jack-o'-lantern from Animal Crossing.
Yeah, getting ready for
it's very simple.
March 20th, baby.
And yeah, I don't know. That was pretty tame. But then over the weekend, went to Legends of the Fog. It was their blackout tour, so it was like not as many lights everywhere. There was like dim lighting in some places. And like that was pretty cool. Something new this time. They make you go into this elevator, but it doesn't go up because it's in a fucking barn. But you feel it shift to the side and takes you to another section of the place. And what's different about this one is that sometimes groups can get separated, but this time they didn't, I guess, because of blackout. But there's this room with all these doors, and you have to pick like the right one to go through because all the rest are not really doors; they don't open. But you can't see that because it's all pitch black. So everybody's just like being pushed into a corner because they don't know where to go.
The doors don't open at all. It's not like an it thing.
No, no. There's only one door that opens, and somehow we managed to get through it. And so that led to like the little haunted hayride part. That was cool atmosphere. Just seeing like it's all at night. There's like a crescent moon showing, but like the sky has like this dark purple. You're able to see stars out here. In freaking Aberdeen.
The sky actually had dark purple, or this is like an indoor sky?
No, it was outside.
Oh, nice.
Everything. It was cold.
Yeah.
But it was cool like, going through that, and then it takes you to the circus. And it was funny because for the circus, they have 3 lines. You can do the fast pass, general admission, or opt out. If you just don't want to fucking do it, it'll just take you right back to the main place.
The parking lot.
And I mean, I was the general admission, so I just went through it. But I was hoping the opt-out line was secretly another fast pass line. So, like, if you didn't really want to go to this, too bad. You're right in the
going
front
anyway. Yeah,
but
that's a good.
So with the groups, for the circus, they give you like a source of light to go through it. I thought it was gonna be like a flashlight. I got handed a glow stick.
There it is.
Yep.
Got him.
Yep.
This big.
Expired or none?
It was still fresh, but it was like half the size of my hand. So, and I'm leading my group. It's just
How many people?
It's just 4.
Yeah.
It's just me and my 3 friends. And I'm just and all the fog, all this whole time we're like, where's the fog at? It's all in this circus.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm just going through with this little shitty glow stick, just going through the fog or whatever.
All you are is just a marker for the scare act.
Right.
Yeah, that's all that is.
Yeah. No, definitely. That's definitely what that is. Because they would just pop out. And this was the only time I jumped in this whole thing. I jumped 3 times because they just came out and just like scared, like screamed at me or whatever.
Get ready, I see a glow stick.
Yeah. And then one of them, like this clown girl came up and she was like, I'll take that now. And I was like, oh, okay.
All right,
Gave her the glow stick because this whole place is like almost like a rave, and there's like glow sticks all over the walls and like fenced like walls or whatever. So I guess it's kind of like an illusion because it's kind of hard to determine where to go.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, and then started going through that, and then this one clown got in my way, and she wouldn't move, so I kept trying to go around her.
One of those.
Yeah, and she was like, she was like, "You're cute looking," blah blah blah, and like try to like, but she was like screaming it at me, you know, like very threatening.
Yeah.
I was like, "Thanks, I'm gonna go," and she's like, I wasn't looking at her either. And she was like, "What? You can't look at me in the eyes?" I was like, "Do you want me to?" And I started looking at her in the eyes. I was like, "Am I just supposed to look at you now? Am I?" And then she like moved.
We just do this for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I just stood
total
there.
eye contact.
And then finally we got out of there, and some dude was like chasing people out with a chainsaw. Like we didn't run, but this group behind us like bolted. I think that was funny.
How do you go to one of those things and not expect the chainsaw at the end?
Yeah,
like,
it's gotta be.
Yeah, you hear it
every
too.
single one.
Like you can
As
hear it
you're
ahead of you.
getting up, they're getting all the people in front of you. Like, you know it's coming.
Every single fucking one of these.
So fucking
And like,
good.
what was weird for me? So like, a thing to admit for this October was that like after like week 2 of October, I'm starting to feel burnt out
Yeah.
for some reason. And that sucks. Like I don't know what it was. It was just like I just wasn't feeling it. So like Halloween just wasn't as like special or whatever. Probably just because I just like all this shit year round. And trying to like cram everything into like one month. 1 month is like a lot for some reason. So I think I just like overwhelmed myself, or I don't know. But I think going to that was what I was missing.
Getting
like,
that kind of,
being in that atmosphere.
Yeah.
That really like the Sodite Hayride really helped me, and I was like, this is what I needed.
Yeah.
I think I need to do this more during October, not after, because Blackout's only the final weekend, which is November.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was cool. And
We'll
then,
do one on October 1st next year.
yeah, just do one every weekend.
Kick it off.
And then we chilled by the little bonfire for a little bit, and then we were just watching people darting out of the exit. Like a girl just straight up just sprinted all the way to the exit of this place. Like exit from the circus to the exit of this whole like lobby place, whatever, like the main hub world, you know. It was funny. Yeah, so that was fun. That's pretty much all my spookins.
Well, apparently everyone was over Halloween pretty early because, like, no one on my street decorated their house. Again, like,
Probably because it was on a Thursday.
there were no kids out. Yeah, but it was on a Wednesday last year, and I feel like I had a better I don't know.
Well, it'll be on a Saturday next year.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. I can do that.
So that'd be cool.
Go wild. Yeah, I don't know. It sucks.
Yeah.
But, whatevs. Matt, any other Vegas fun? What do you eat in Vegas? You go to Vegas, you're like, fuck, I can't wait to go here. What's the
So this is the first time I've been since it was built, but we have reservations for Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, nice.
And we
I
went
forgot
Tuesday
you told
night.
me that. Yeah.
Went Tuesday night, and that was pretty damn good.
How do they? Is it multi-course meal or is it?
You can do a couple. I mean, you can just order regularly, like an appetizer or whatever, or they do have like a set 3-course menu or a set 5-course menu. It's kind of up to you, however you want to go about it. No, I just went like standard ordering because there was a couple dishes on like I'm a pickier eater, so there's a couple dishes on like the 5-course or the 3-course. I was like,
What's What's the one that you're like?
The beef Wellington had like a potato puree, and I like don't like the consistency of mashed potatoes at all. I don't like mashed potatoes.
Okay. I mean, that's fine.
I don't know why. I've gotten this face every time I've said it. It's fine.
My brother's like
I'm
that
over
with
it.
cream corn. He can have corn, but he doesn't like cream corn.
Like I like a good French fry. I like a potato skin. I like
wedges.
Yeah, like a potato hash for like a breakfast, but not
Nah, I get
potatoes.
that.
mashed potatoes. Or a baked potato. I don't.
What about sweet potato mash?
Nah, I'm gonna do sweet now.
No sweet potato at all.
I think it's
Dude.
just the texture of it.
Have you had the gobbler bowl at Wawa?
Dude, I had the gobbler sandwich.
No, the bowl.
No, I haven't had the bowl.
The cranberry,
bowl?
turkey, and then the bowl is filled with stuffing and half mashed sweet potato.
Oh fuck.
I'm all about it.
Fuck.
It's really good.
Next weekend. So all right, so you get you
So-
sit down.
so
Gordon
I-
Ramsay hands you a menu.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
I did see Michelle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
walking around. She for a head chef.
Yeah.
I did not see her cooking. She was more like bussing tables and like going.
They had a call out. You know.
Yeah,
Leave her alone.
She's just more walking around than cooking. But they have it. Of course, they have like the blue kitchen, the red kitchen, but it doesn't matter. Like it's
I
just for
forgot that's the
aesthetic.
whole- yeah, right.
It's
right.
all just for aesthetic, and like half the chefs are wearing like the blue stripes, half are wearing the red.
That's funny.
They should have Michelle in the black, but she had her all white, and that was a missed opportunity, in my opinion. But, but yeah, no, just like a casual dining experience. I was a little concerned because Gordon Ramsay steak is like business casual. I think the website says business casual, but there was plenty of people in there in jeans, including me, so it was whatever. But no, it was pretty good. I did not get beef Wellington. Everyone else at my table did.
Where'd you go?
Really good. I went steak filet.
Nice.
But I did get scallops as my appetizer. And
oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Do they have like an idiot sandwich as an appetizer?
No.
Pretty good. Do they have any raw lamb as a dessert? Where you get it and the chef screams it's fucking raw into the meat.
No, but like you walk in and there's like a video board kind of like the size of a person, and Gordon Ramsay comes in and out of it. He's like, here's some of my famous lines from Hell's Kitchen, and he'll just go through them all. And then like he'll step back, come back, and he's like, "Welcome to Hell's Kitchen." I
remember there was like an episode or something where he did it as a prank, where like he used one of those and then started like actually live insulting people that he was seeing in front of him.
He's not been. I haven't seen shit. Maybe he's doing like all that MasterChef shit, but I haven't seen the what was that new Kitchen Nightmares one?
24/7.
Yeah,
I think another season finished a couple months ago.
Yeah, but it's fall. It should be. You know what I mean? Like
I feel like Hell's Kitchen's about to come back.
Yeah, that one I'm fine with, but the reality stuff, I'm like, I like the Kitchen Nightmares where he goes into places and just
wreaks havoc for the first half an hour.
But also, like, you get to see the transformation of a business because there's so many you go to here that you're like, this place sucks.
I learned so much to look for in like restaurants.
You know what I do? I don't fucking go out anymore. Like, ever since getting way into that show, I don't fucking go out ever. Like, super rarely, and if I do, I'm like super picky
between
about where.
That and Bar Rescue.
What's that one?
That's the one with John Taffer where you go essentially the same thing. He just yells at people.
Yeah.
But
it's a bar.
It's more of the bar business side of things. Like as soon as I see foam coming out of a tap, I'm like, tap's too warm.
Oh, gross.
So
can't have that.
Wait, so you'll go to like a Target or Walmart for that atmosphere, but you won't go to these restaurants for that same atmosphere?
Target or Walmart, I'm more looking at the people, you know, and getting a smell for things.
Right.
I'm not putting it inside of my body. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can just order a water and just hang out.
Dude, the water's probably the grossest fucking part. Those fucking...
No, the glass is probably the worst part.
Oh, so going into Hell's Kitchen, my sister kept saying, she was like, yeah, I've seen people screw up a Caesar salad on the show. I don't know how, but they did. I shit you not, we got our appetizers. My mom and dad got dad, and sister got a salad, and I got scallops. And our three dishes came out, but my sister's did not. And the waiter told her, they were like, "Oh yeah, we have to redo your Caesar salad. It was served into a warm bowl."
What the fuck?
Ooh.
So like 2 minutes later, her salad came. It didn't take long at all, but yeah, the waiter told her, "Yeah, we accidentally served your Caesar salad into a warm bowl, so we have to get you a new one." My sister started laughing.
That's pretty good, but also just give me the fucking bowl. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
cold bowl. No, because then
what the
Gordon Ramsay has to have a specific recipe. He would have yelled at that chef. You know it.
Throwing the bowl.
Yeah, he would have broke the bowl.
Yeah, exactly. Shatter it. All right.
That was a good experience, though.
Yeah.
If you're, give me your.
You're checking off the list. Like, what's the next Gordon Ramsay restaurant you go to?
I did go to the Gordon Fish and Chips.
There you go.
That one's more like.
I didn't know he had multiple.
Oh yeah, he has a few. Because steak, the name of the one at a Horseshoe Steak.
Oh.
Yeah, that's like a steakhouse. That's the one you can fucking get like the fucking that dinosaur bone thing.
Yeah.
But no, he has like a smaller spot on the promenade where we stay called Fish and Chips. It's more like you can kind of see them make the fish in front of you. It's not like upscale or anything like that. It kind of reminds me of a Chipotle, but you don't walk through the line.
Cool.
Food was really good though. Oh my god, I went back. I was drunk and I was kind of hungry. I was like, I'm fucking going to get some chips. And I got, oh my god, so good. Yeah. Dude, they had there was different kinds of chips. You can get them dirty, and they were like truffle or like bacon. Or there was one with like jalapenos and I think some pork and a little bit of like sour cream or whatever.
I can fuck with that.
Dude, the truffle fries were outstanding.
How do they make? Do they do like the big wedges? Are they more like a French fry?
They're more like a traditional French fry.
Yeah.
But they did not lose the crisp. They were pretty good. Nice. There was a good chip. And the fish, pretty good. My sister one time got a chicken as well, and the chicken was pretty good
like
too.
Shredded over top?
No, all like fried. Everything was like fried there.
Nice.
Yeah, very good.
When's the next Vegas trip?
I don't know. There has to be an attraction to bring me out there. I think that's what I like doing, because if I don't do an attraction, all I want to do is gamble. And like, I got lucky this time. I walked out of Vegas up by a good margin for the first time ever. I need to go out there for a show. Like, Gaga dragging me out there for a few days, worked out.
Did you see any Konami pachinko machines?
I did, and not pachinko, but I did see the Konami racehorse thing. That was in a few casinos, and I sent you the one of it being broken. I was like, great, because I walked away. Like, my dad saw it, not knowing what Konami was. He was like, "Oh, that's broken." And I realized what it was. Like, I'll be back. I gotta take a picture. And he was like, "Why'd you take a picture?" Like, there's a long joke about Konami, and you don't know because you don't understand, but it's fine. Just know that I got a laugh from other people.
Yeah, fuck.
There was a couple like Konami like slot machines though. They weren't like pachinko though.
I really wanted to go into one of those pachinko bars in Japan, but like as soon as the fucking doors opened, it's just cigarettes, and I was like, I'm all right. I'm good. I'm just gonna go to an arcade because I wanted to try and find that Castlevania erotic violence. Remember that fucking nightmare they did?
Oh yeah.
Speaking of erotic violence, Mark, you got yourself a can here. You want to tell the kids at home what you're drinking on the table in a brown paper bag?
Water.
I get this fucking text from Mark the other morning of what I assume is fucking booze.
Yeah, I was excited. I was like, "Ooh, this is a cool IPA."
Yeah, it looks like a fucking.
So it's called Liquid Death.
IPA, right?
H2O. No, it's just in a tall boy can, and it looks very punk rock.
Yeah.
It kind of has like that Adult Swim marketing.
I was gonna say
campaign to it.
Yeah, very Adult Swim-esque. And then sure enough, when I went to their website, they have like Mr. Pickles advertising it.
Yeah, because the artist for that designed the box that has like the red skull on it. So maybe this skull too on the can. He might have designed that as well.
This looks like something that Nathan Explosion would drink.
Yeah,
And
then like I ordered a little koozie that is just straight up it's a brown bag, but it has like the
insulation
on the inside.
He walked in with it. It was like he legit just came from the booze.
Like
some kind of alcohol store, got like the Natty Daddy, and then walked in.
Yeah, like I gave some to my friends.
But yesterday. It's only that kind of drink you put in the brown bag.
It's gold top, white can. It looks like a can of Miller Lite, but like not.
It's like a tall boy, because it got the gold like top to it.
Yeah, I love the marketing for it. Like if you go to their website, it'll ask if you're over under 18.
That was fucking good.
So you have to be over 18 to enter it. But if you click on under 18, it links you to Disney.com.
Really good.
And then like to join like their like free VIP thing, they do it in a clever format of like selling your soul. So like you're filling out this contract and you're just signing your name or whatever. And then for that you get a free case. But I think you have to buy a case to get the free case. So for the price of one, I got 2 cases. So I mean,
it's not bad.
No, so that's pretty cool.
It wasn't bad either. It was like $1 something a can.
Something like that. But I got like the 12 packs. So I think that was like, I think that might have been like around $20 or something like that. I think 24 after shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their merch store was pretty interesting. You can buy a Lamborghini.
Right. Yeah. See, that shit reminded me of. Do you remember the old Adult Swim store?
Yeah.
You could buy shirts and whatever other merch, but they also had shit like a Meatwad hot air balloon that was like $60,000.
Yeah. This was like almost like $40,000 or something like that, and I was like,
they had they used to have it was a fucking blood fountain. It was like that too was like $45,000 or something. And it was like a little angel fountain that spit blood, and it was just like, and all the description said like, yes, you can buy this, but please note it's going to take us like up to a year to get it to you because they had to like make it from scratch.
And they do this thing where like if you like if you follow their social media pages, if you like share the stuff, if you buy anything, you get this currency called skulls, and then you can redeem those skulls to get like the koozie or like a shirt or whatever once you rack up enough. So
we're gonna have to make way for have to make sure we deviate our E3 drinks. We have to make sure we clarify.
I know.
Liquid Death, the official H2O of thefreecheese.com during E3 2020. And, of course, Pussy, the official energy drink of thefreecheese.com at E3 2020.
I mean, you are right, for sure.
Just
however, I'm telling you, I went to Target the other day, and that shit I bought tasted like pussy. I forget. It's never going to get old. I forget what it was that I sent you the thing.
Runa?
Runa, is that what it is? Yeah, it was like on an end cap. Yeah, Runa. The mango flavor. They call it the clean energy drink, which reminded me, of course, of the organic taste of pussy.
Clean energy?
But yeah, they like brew it with leaves and then, different flavor. But it was fucking good, man. Pretty damn good. Well, I'm excited to hear about Las Vegas. I'm excited to hear about water and Halloween. But we should talk about some video games we played in the last week. 'Cause I played a little, I started and finished a game. Check that out.
Oh.
Matt, you didn't have any time to play much this week?
I played a couple hours of COD multiplayer before I left.
How's that holding up, like, post campaign?
Fine.
Yeah.
I think it's everything you kind of expect from Call of Duty multiplayer. It has the your traditional perks of like Modern Warfare back in the day. It does the thing of like the more you use the gun, the more you unlock perks for the gun, that kind of stuff. Not too much to say. I like how they did the filter thing. So usually you kind of queue into a match. You can't queue into multiple. I don't know if that changed in the last couple Call of Duties or not, but this one you kind of select the like what games you want to play.
You mean like deathmatch, capture the flag, etc.?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
And then you just queue in and you get into whatever.
That's cool.
I will say the one kind of miss, in my opinion, is the large-scale team deathmatch. I feel like the maps are designed for that point capture system that reminds me a lot of Battlefield's Conquest.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. I think it's called Domination in Call of Duty.
Yeah, sounds right.
So those maps are designed for that, for these big player counts, which is fine because the traffic is kind of going towards these points.
And that's at 32v32 mode?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, all the traffic's going towards these points, so like where to expect the gunfights at. Team deathmatch, they put you 32v32 on these big maps, and it's a waste because I'm running around like Call of Duty.
Spending too much time running.
I feel like in Call of Duty, I should spawn, and within 10 or 15 seconds, I could see a dude, and if I die or kill him or whatever, and I just keep going. I feel like I was running around
a little bit too long.
It might have been only like 20 or 25 seconds, but when you're used to that 10 or 15 seconds, it feels like an eternity.
That's double, yeah.
So I only played one match of that. I don't know if every map. I played on the map that's like kind of like a rundown mansion. I don't know the name of it. I only saw it that one time. But after that game, I immediately queued out of that in my search and just kept. I kept the ground war domination though. But yeah, I feel like that's going to be a bit of a miss on any map that you play on.
That's a bummer.
But
good.
I have not seen the night vision stuff. I did not see that as a mode.
Huh. I wonder what that was then. Well, they're adding stuff as the season goes on, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming so. But I
think that's they're adding maps and stuff, and they're all free, from what I understand.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I did not see that. I don't know if I just missed it or what, but Call of Duty multiplayer. Yeah, feels good. It has that new engine to it, so I think it elevates it a little bit. But
you playing controller, mouse, and keyboard?
I started mouse and keyboard. Just try to get used to that. Yeah. I feel like when you're mouse and keyboard, I've been seeing there's been some games where I get all mouse and keyboard, but then there's others where I've gotten queued into controllers. So I'm kind of concerned that if I have a controller, I might run into a mouse and keyboard dude.
Interesting. I know that on console, it prioritizes your console type matchmaking first before going crossplay. So I wonder if, because you're on PC, if you're going to get, you know what I mean, like a different queue.
I didn't see... The controllers I saw were always console controllers. Because remember, you can see the console PC and the keyboard because you can use keyboard and mouse on a console if you really wanted to.
Huh. Do you feel like you're getting like patched in as the extra? Or like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I've been seeing a lot of PC only. Okay, yeah. It's just there was a couple. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I feel like I got the upper hand here. But then I don't know what the auto, like, that auto aim kind of drift they give you that little bit of advantage on the controller. I don't know how much that is in Call of Duty. So, but more twitchy, I guess, on the keyboard. But it's what I expect. Next time I'm on this podcast, I will have a lot more to talk about.
Interesting. What was the before we cut to Mark? What's the game that you were mad to be away that you couldn't play?
The Outer Worlds.
Yeah, that's the one.
The Outer Worlds. And then, cause I forgot that After Party came out this week.
Yeah, I started that one too. Didn't.
I know that's a little bit different than Oxenfree, but I'm still.
Yeah,
it's worth a shot.
I
know it's longer too.
Yeah, I think I just fired it up and I was like not in the mood for it, but yeah.
But yeah, the Outer Worlds definitely I'm gonna sink my teeth into.
Yeah, and I heard that one's not too bad time wise. Like,
yeah, it seems smaller.
20 hours or so.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm curious to hear you talk about it a little bit, but I want to.
I honestly, I don't have much to say about the Outer Worlds. Like, I played it for about an hour last week. I think after we recorded or something, and it's good. It's very Fallout, and it reminded me because I think it had been a while since Fallout 4, where I was just like, I could do one of those. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And honestly, everything we've seen of the Outer Worlds up until now has not sold me on it because it's just Fallout. But you know what I mean? I'm like,
It's like it's that same zoom in when you talk to somebody.
Oh yeah,
it's like that same camera angle.
Well, it's Obsidian. Obsidian did New Vegas.
But the fun thing about that is like the game's not broken. Like,
oh yeah, that's the one time
because like South Park was broken, New Vegas was broken, and this is like solid. It runs well, it plays well. No weird hitches, like nothing. I was
keeping an eye on the Reset Era like PC performance thread, and it seemed pretty good.
That was good. I think the one thing it does really neat is the story is you're in a cryopod. Some dude wakes you up because shit went bad. The classic, right? Yeah,
Rage 2,
classic. Yeah. That
no,
and you
that had a badass potential, and then it just.
And all of this seems very much the same way that Fallout is always like driven by choices that you make. Like this is very much that game. Like everything has a good and a bad, or not even a good and a bad, but like different things that you do that just change the possibilities of what you have. Like. And there's seemingly new opportunities with every opportunity. Like there's just things kind of threaded within one another where you meet somebody and they're like, hey, all these people owe me money. Can you go get it? And you go to all those people and the guy, 3 of the 4 give you the money. And then the one guy's like, oh, I sure wish I could, but I'm stuck doing blah, blah, blah. If only I had some help. And you're like, well, you got some help now. But then you walk out of that dude's business and someone's just standing there staring at you. And you're like, fuck do you want? And they're like, I know that guy just told you to get that stuff and bring it back to him, but he's actually going to use it for this, but I can use it for these sick kids. And you're like, well, fuck, now I got to just...
Yeah.
It's like everything is kind of just woven with that stuff.
And then those factions, just like in New Vegas, it affects your faction, like your moral with that faction just in general. So, like, with you making that decision, yeah, you can piss off, like, these people, but, like, these other people may like you for that. And I always liked... In New Vegas, like there was definitely like some good guys and some bad guys, but there was a lot of like ambiguous, like are they the good guys? Or are they the bad guys? Do I want to align with them? And that's the stuff I really liked about New Vegas when I was playing it.
And this has like that big corporation looming over that kind of thing, which is like okay.
So
it seems like it's a bit more Mass Effect as well than previous.
My only concern is you shoot in that game.
Yeah.
How's the shooting feel?
Fine,
modern, like
it was good. I was surprised because you can do it's not VATS, but you can do like a slowdown thing.
I saw the timing manipulation.
But yeah,
then did you play on normal or hard?
I think normal. Yeah, normal. Right. Because I had heard that normal gets really easy by the end, but hard is way too hard at the beginning. And that was when I was still recovering from Japan time. To be frank, I'm still recovering from Japan time. Yeah, so it was like 6 p.m. or something, and I was like, I don't know where I am. I didn't feel like fucking doing a difficult thing, so I just caked into it.
The clocks went back too, so
I know. I don't know if
that helped me out actually.
I don't know if that helped or hurt me.
This is the most sleep I've gotten like all week.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you will like that game a lot. I think that I don't know if it's for me. It's just the setting. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. New Vegas had you can see the strip.
Right.
It's the path to get there. And then when you get there, you realize how like the loading times and how segmented it was. But no, like the whole goal from the start is like, get to the strip.
No, I don't know. This you're going to multiple planets. I know that, but I don't know. It was cool. Like,
So yeah, my only concern is with the shooting because I know like New Vegas was a step up from Fallout 3, but Fallout 3's like just regular shooting without VATS is so garbage that it wasn't hard to be better than 3. And New Vegas still wasn't great. They didn't really get it kind of right until Fallout 4, but even then, I feel like they still it didn't like it felt a lot better. But I could not play that like an FPS game yet.
No, this you can kind of make do with that. Like you can literally, you don't have to do the slowdown thing. You can sit there and just pop off on people, and that felt fine. I didn't walk away from this game at all saying I'm not playing this because it's bad. I walked away from it saying like I don't know if I'll come back to this because I don't know if it's for me. But not in any, not because of any technical issues or gameplay issues. Like it is. Taste. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just like, oh, okay, cool.
And also like
it's like mashed potatoes for Matt. You know what I mean?
This is like the this is like one of those games though. Like you can just avoid a whole combat situation with like dialogue tree.
Yeah.
And that's like the kind of shit I like in games. Like
and there was shit like that where like I had options to lie or persuade or whatever, you know what I mean? It was just like, oh, I can do it.
And it seemed like the skill tree. It seems like it seems like your speech infects your combat, which is cool.
Yep.
So like I'm curious to see what they do with the RPG elements as well. And Obsidian, I think they have a good pedigree. So
yeah. I'm curious to see how
and it's on Game Pass for free, so
that was
why the hell not?
That was the selling point for me. It was like, oh, I don't have to pay for this. I can, you know, like I think I was sitting in the airport in Japan. And I was like,
console
oh, that
and
game
PC.
came out.
Console and PC.
Game Pass, yeah. I like pulled the trigger from my app, and when I got home, it was there.
I was slightly disappointed to see After Party not make it to the PC cut.
That's weird. I thought they had.
I was looking for it, didn't see it, and I was like, oh fuck, I bet you it's console only, and it seems like that's the case.
Weird.
Oh well. Makes me turn on my Xbox.
Yeah.
Besides, you know, to wrap my cable through it.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to hear all the things you get into in the next week.
Yep.
Or two.
Or I won't be here next week. Yeah. I'll be in Nashville. Traveling again.
But Mark, you started a little adventure with a ring this last week.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the only one. You're the choice. I never saw this fucking movie. I don't have a pick. I got nothing.
I barely started it. I only played it for like that one night. But yeah, I also got Ring Fit Adventure.
Well, you did the dumb thing, and I mean that in the nicest way, but you cranked up the difficulty, right?
I did.
Which you shouldn't do.
I know I shouldn't, because I guess I just thought like, oh, you know, like I've kind of did physical stuff this year. Maybe I can start off a little more experienced than usual. But then I've got to factor in that I'm not consistent with my physical activities.
Right.
So if anything, I feel like I just get resetted back.
Also, aren't you doing like more running? You're not necessarily like hitting.
I thought you would be, but you're really not. Like,
no. Like what he's been doing
Marc.
physically,
Sorry.
though.
Yeah.
You've been doing like more running.
That Savage race was more than running.
Well,
yeah.
But like
but no,
you
yes,
did, like,
but
prep
in terms
that
of,
way, right?
Right. In terms of exercising, it has just been running.
Yeah. So like this is resistant bands.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that whole part, the whole like the ring itself wasn't the issue here. It was the moving. It was me running in place. Ironically.
Huh.
And like all I did was the warm up stage, and like like the very first stage, that's all I did. And I did it twice because I was starting to like get the hang of everything, and I was like, oh, I could have just done this or whatever. Like if you're jumping, you could like hold it in or do little puffs or whatever, and realize like, oh, sorry, like if you raise your legs even higher and like faster, your character will start to do leaps.
Yes, yeah.
So you can move through the level quicker. So I was kind of like speed running it in a way.
Hell yeah!
And so like so after that first time, I was like, man, like I actually feel myself like warming up or whatever. Like it was like getting hot, and then like so I tried it again. I was like, I have just enough energy probably just to do this. So I did it again because I wanted to get all the medals because I missed one. I fucking missed it again, and I'm already feeling like out of it. And I'm like, no, not tonight. I'm already. I am not ready for this. I need to turn on this difficulty. I need to reassess this whole thing.
Yeah, I think I had started on a whatever difficulty. I don't remember how I chose it, but at one point it was like, "Hey, how you feeling?" And I was like, "I don't know, I'm fine." And I was like, "You want to make it harder?" And I was like, "Yeah, we can do a little bit."
It's like 4 settings, right?
Something like
it's
that.
like easy,
but it's
like
but
moderate.
They don't do the Wolfenstein thing, like
no,
pussy.
It's like something moderate. I think intent and extreme or something like that.
But then, like as you're in it, at some point you can see like your difficulty level like weighted as a number.
Yeah.
So like I think when I started I think it's a scale from 1 to 30. So mine had bumped up, and I don't know I think I was at a 23 or maybe higher. And when I felt that, like when I said like, yeah, I could use a little bit more, I felt it like the same exercises I was doing the day before felt so much more difficult to do.
So when the body parts on the character are glowing,
yes.
like orange, that means you're doing it right?
On Tippy or on the player character?
The player character.
That means you're doing it right.
Okay.
Yes.
I guess I felt like I was doing it wrong, but my hair was on fire, so...
Yeah, if your hair is on fire, then you're doing it right, and if those parts are glowing, and I think, really, if you're feeling that in real life, that those glowy parts are burning, then that's the good thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I really like having something to, like, check in with each day, and the fact that it's, like, I just do 30 minutes, so I can close the ring on my Apple Watch and then move on.
Yeah, see, my problem, I have to, like, have that consistency, and just, I guess with Halloween and everything, I was like, look, because you can have the option to schedule your workouts, and your Switch can alarm you when it's ready to do the workout. And I was like, I wanted to set it up, and I was like, this whole week because of the holiday, I'm not gonna make the time to do this.
Well, I set that up, but I set it up for like 6 a.m. and then I've been waking up at like 4 or 5 because I'm still fucked up.
I've been having it. I was gonna set it for like 8 p.m. every day,
that's smart,
or every other day.
Well, I was waking up and then doing the workout, and then like I'd get ready for work, and then I'd get a notification on my Switch. I'm like, no, I already fucking did it. God damn it. But it's something that I like. I'm excited to wake up and come down and work out and play the game. And now I'm seeing, like, I'm getting more varieties in the exercises you get. Like, I started getting more, I started getting more, like, intense things. And also as you level up and you get new attacks, they do more damage to the enemies in the world. And the levels themselves, like, each stage you go into, now I think I'm in like the 4th world maybe.
Are they all like that where you have to like move?
Yeah, it's always like jog in place. You get to a part and then like they add more obstacles. So some of the stuff you talked about where like you push down to do a jump, like you have a lot of those. A lot of those later on, it'll be like a reverse conveyor belt where you have to like really sprint to get across it without being pushed back. And then in order to get the medal, you need to jump and hover to get to a platform so that you don't drop down. Like there's a lot of that where it's exercising those things.
Now, I didn't get to the battles, but having a little more of this insight with the game, what I really appreciate about this, aside from being just like a workout game, the whole RPG side of it, this is probably the most... I could argue that it could be one of the more immersive RPGs in a way where it's like you actually feel what the character feels when you're in a fight. Like you feel the fatigue, you feel the energy.
Yes.
Like if you're moving throughout the world, you feel the movement.
Yeah, like when you have to run through
and it's not
water.
even VR.
Yeah, no. But like, you genuinely feel like you are that character, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you're feeling the same, I guess, burn as that character is.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term.
I've had a couple things like... The things that I like, minor complaints is I feel like the game tells you to stop too quickly. Like I will have gone for 15 minutes and it's like, is that it for today? And I'm like, no, I'm good. We can keep going. Like it's like ready to tell you after like a level or two, like, hey, you should stop. And I'm like, no, we can keep rolling. And then I've had a couple minor things.
Maybe you need to turn it up.
Yeah, it might be it. I've had a couple minor things where like the controllers don't register the right way.
I think I need to put the leg part a little lower on my thigh. I don't know. I feel like I've placed it maybe too high.
I kept riding it up because it kept falling down.
Because if I have it closer to the knee, then maybe it will see that I'm actually moving the speed that I should be. Because I feel like if I'm moving my legs too high, then just to get like a decent pace.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The ones that
Could
I
be
had
the difficulty thing too.
It might be that. Today I unlocked what do you call it? A plank. So it had me doing that, and it's like. It has you basically like put your elbows down.
Does it actually have you planking?
Yeah. Like you put the ring down, but you just elbows on the ground and you tiptoe.
Dude.
And then it has you lift your butt up in the air and come back down. And like I think it's like 20 reps of that or something. But at the halfway point, for whatever reason, it all of a sudden it didn't register me going back down until I like literally touched the floor, which my starting position wasn't the floor. It just like... It like falls out of sync or something. Or maybe it's like my toes are sliding a little bit.
That's the left Joy-Con too, right?
It is, but I don't know if I can entirely... Because I'm using my brand new left Joy-Con. You know what I mean? Like it's the new...
It's probably still has that drift.
Maybe. But the purple and orange, you think that would be good by now. But like that, there's a couple where like the victory pose at the end of the thing where you have to squat and then go up in the air. Like it didn't register the up in the air part. And I was like, the fuck? And I'm like going back down and it's like, it got to the point where the little ring dude is like, just raise it in the air. I'm like, motherfucker, in the air. I don't know how much.
I'm going to raise you in the air, throw you off a cliff.
But no, it's been a good, surprisingly cool thing. Started unlocking some outfits and smoothie recipes and getting into the weird.
And I'm assuming those recipes, like those smoothies, are they for in game?
What do you mean?
Like the smoothie recipes, like are they for your character? Are they like stat boosts or something?
Yeah,
because I feel like there are probably real recipes as well you can make outside of the game.
I haven't looked at I've just done it in the thing, but I bet you probably could. But yeah, it's like health recovery is one of them.
So they're like the different potions.
Yeah, exactly. It's and honestly, like because that like fucking animation is ripped right out of Breath of the Wild. They're almost like one of them is like a defense up, one of them's an attack up, that kind of thing. And you, the cool thing I like about the smoothies is at any point during the like battle phase, you can just ring over to the smoothie drink option and chug as many of them as you want.
I want to try this ring with Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, I wonder if that's it. Oh yeah,
it's like perfect steering wheel.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
Telling you, Sakurai.
Dude, I know.
The Ring Fit character is going to be playable with the Ring Fit.
I see it.
But yeah, it's good. I'm feeling myself. It's definitely a fucking workout. Like this, I skipped Halloween because I was just fuck that. I took off work for Halloween. Mm-hmm. I woke up and I went to the store and got fucking pie and pumpkin bites, all sorts of bullshit. And I just ate garbage. I ate fucking candy half the day, and then
it's cheat day.
Yeah. Fucking gained 3 pounds, and then today I did double what I normally do in Ring Fit and felt it.
You'll probably just crap 2 of them out anyway.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah. So Ring Fit Adventure. What else you been playing though?
So I went back into the land of the PS4 for a little bit, and I wanted to, I was thinking about new games this year and everything, and I almost forgot about Devil May Cry 5. And so I was like, you know what, maybe I should finally finish this first one. And so I booted that back up, forgot where I was, trying to get my bearings back. Started to learn how to play that game again, because the sword combat is kind of weird for me. And made some progress, and then I realized that I don't care anymore about Devil May Cry. It's just, I respect that franchise. I can tell that it's gone really far and it's come a long way, and it's probably in a really good place now than it ever has been.
Yeah.
So I see all those achievements and the advancement. I'm just sad that I won't be experiencing it personally. But I have friends who love it, and I've pretty much seen everything about it. So I feel like I have enough assessment on it.
Yeah.
Could you just hop right into 5?
I probably could.
I mean, I'm sure, it's been a while since the last game came out, and it was 4, then the reboot, right? Or was it the reboot, then 4?
I can't remember now. I think it was 4, then the reboot.
So I think there's been more than enough time where it might do the Gears 5 thing of hey, let's catch you up.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know. I guess I just wanted to, see the little fine details between everything and, comparing contrast.
But, I mean, for me personally, Devil May Cry 5 was kind of the first game in a while from the Devil May Cry games. I was like, oh, that kind of looks interesting.
Yeah.
I
am not gonna take 80 hours to get through 4 games.
Yeah, no. Especially when 2 sucks real bad or something. One of those is real bad, isn't it?
People don't like 2. I think the gameplay is much better in 2 than it is in 1. Huh. But everything else about 2 apparently is bad. Yeah. Because it's an unfinished game or something like that.
Weird.
Oh, Metal Gear Solid 5.
Hey.
Yeah, basically.
But some people like mashed potatoes, some people don't.
And that, that was cool. I don't know. I can probably give it a crack. We'll see.
So I feel like I'm doing just fine with Gears 5. Just jumping in, watching those 2 videos, and
yeah, you're right. But as far as Devil May Cry,
I get it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying
you're right. No, I totally get that. But as far as Devil May Cry 1 goes, I'm gonna be very, I guess, hateful towards it. That game can go suck one.
Oh,
I It just hasn't aged well.
I was going to say, is it an aging thing?
It's definitely an aging thing. The camera is awful. The combat's probably okay at best, but all it is just repetitive boss fights. That's all it is. This whole game is just a boss rush, and it recycles the same shit over and over and over.
Like, I could sit here and shit on Shenmue 1 and 2, but like you have to keep in mind, like, that game came out, 2001? 99?
Yeah.
Yeah, contextually, yeah, that makes... All right, so, have you played Bayonetta?
No.
Because I'm wondering how you'd fare up with that, because I feel like Bayonetta's...
I feel like that might play a little better.
Well, yeah, a little bit more modern, but...
A little bit I played of the first Bayonetta.
Yeah, but I feel like that one, too, is like... You're kind of just waiting to get to the boss fight. Like, that's the whole hook of the...
Yeah, but like I had to fight the same spider like 5 times already. I had to fight the same bird like 3 times already. I've had to fight like a... You're not supposed to know it's Virgil, but Virgil a couple times. Oh, yeah. And it's just like, all right, man, like, I get it.
Yeah.
But the camera's probably the worst part of the whole thing, because it has like that Resident Evil fixed camera thing. For a game like this, it does not need that.
No, I can't do that.
And quite frankly, neither...
Wait, fixed? Like, or does it rotate some?
It does not rotate.
Oh,
the only time it rotates is if you're going up like spiral stairs and it'll follow you.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it at least pivoted a little bit.
You have no control over the camera.
Ugh. No, I knew you didn't have any control, but I thought it will at least pivot, or does it do like the jump, like the frame jumps?
It does all of it.
Oh.
Mostly the frame jumping.
Because this was supposed to be Resident Evil 2, right?
It was supposed to be 4.
4, okay, yeah. What was 2 supposed? What was the one that...
Well, I mean, 2 had some prototype stuff.
No, but wasn't there a game that was supposed to be 2, and then they spun it out into its own thing?
Well, I think like the 1.5 game was supposed to be like something different than what it is now.
I thought.
Oh, I know
that much.
I know there was an unfinished version of 3 that got converted, I think, into Code Veronica or something like that, and then they pushed out something similar for 3. I might be wrong on that. There was some kind of thing
like Classic 2 or Remake 2?
Classic 2.
Okay. Yeah, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. But yeah, I'm just... The camera was really throwing me off with that. It was hard to get into it. But, if not for that, I would not have played Bloodborne immediately after.
Yeah, it came out in 2001. Same year as Shenmue 2, I think.
But there's a lot of good games that came out even before 2001 that had good gameplay and camera control.
That's true.
Like Mystical Ninja.
But yeah, Bloodborne, you're...
Yeah, so I finally got my revenge.
Got the Cleric Beast.
I know it's optional. I know you don't have to.
Yeah.
But like, I could not move on with my life unless...
The best part about that is getting the lamp right there, so that way you can skip those 2 fucking wolves, because believe it or not, those 2 wolves are probably one of the hardest sections of the game.
Yeah, they're fucked. Early on, that is
especially.
tough.
Even later on, man, you struggle with that.
Thing,
yeah, you take one wrong step.
Funny thing, I did all that in my first try.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's...
Well, because I re-rolled my character, I actually paid attention to like the stats and was like, I don't want the Saw Blade, I need the axe.
Yeah.
I worked better with it. I know the Saw Blade's like good. I know it's good, but
I mean, I went Threaded Cane, so I got nothing to say.
But I was going all strength with this. So
in Belmont.
You know what? I think I started with the axe myself, and then I realized the potential of the Saw Blade. And
I did axe first, and then re-rolled did Saw Blade, and I was like, I just can't do it. And then re-rolled and went back to axe, and then I picked like Violent History or Violent Past for my stat thing. So it's a bit of Magnus in there. And yeah, I just went after all that, and yeah, with that character, it only took me one try with the Cleric Beast.
That's pretty good.
Because I finally understand like how to really play that game, and I wasn't getting that before because I never really played a Souls game, never really played anything like that.
Yeah,
and I get the whole like the recovering your health when you keep doing it. So like they like really, and you guys have said it multiple times on here, but like they really push you the incentive to like keep attacking. Not to keep like backing away. You can keep dodging or whatever, but like if you're getting hit back to, retain some of your health or whatever. So it does encourage that. And usually I'm used to like just pussyfooting and like
step back and this is But you do kind of have to like step back depending on the thing and observe what's happening. But
but I just that felt. Oh my god, I felt like just the whole weight was just lifted
There's
off my chest.
no better feeling than defeating a boss in that game.
I was like, I can
that
move
is just
on.
such a good
Wait till that next one.
Yeah, I know.
That next one is probably one of the most satisfying in that game.
That one, I don't think I had satisfaction because of the way I fucking beat him. I think I beat him just by like getting him stuck on an environment.
Oh.
And what, or just it felt like dumb luck to me that I got through that one. So it was Bloodstarved Beast that I felt real good because I feel like I almost took it out in the first try and I didn't. Like I was like fucking there and then died, and then that comeback where I was like fuck you. That was the one that felt like.
Yeah, like I didn't get too much further after that though. Like I was exploring a little bit, went like the sewer area or whatever, and I forgot where I left off.
Go through a long tunnel.
I mean, I saw the pig in the distance, but I didn't like. I mean, I fought that pig before on one of my.
Where's Brick-Faced Yo Man Eater?
Yeah, on one of my earlier characters, I did fight that pig, but I want to try the thing now where it's like when he runs past, I want to like just fucking fist his butt, and like for like an insta kill. Like, have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I assume everyone here has done that, I guess.
We've all fisted a pig.
Yeah, you know. Have you ever but I forgot where I went after that. I was just exploring. I was like, all right. Yeah. I think somebody killed me. I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm just gonna turn it off right now. It's getting late.
But that's the thing where like right where you're at is where you're still confused on the layout. Like you kind of know a little bit, but then you're gonna turn one corner.
Yep. Tomorrow.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck, and then
the best part is he probably went through by like one of the best shortcuts early on.
Yeah,
and you probably didn't even realize it.
No, yeah, you never do. It takes like till mid.
But you know what? I didn't summon Gascoigne this time, so
yeah,
I forgot how I even did that. To be honest,
there's like they added them later. Did you had played by that point, right?
They were already at it when I played, but I never summoned one.
I mean, I'm sorry. By summoning him, I never entered that fight. I never activated it because my last issue before was that I lost to the Cleric Beast. I got that bell to summon him,
right?
But while I had him summoned, like I think we lost again or something like that. And I wanted to try again, but I started going a different route, and I activated the boss fight. But then I noped out of there really quickly. I just used my escape rope or whatever.
Yeah.
Hunter's mark or whatever.
Yeah. No, escape rope. That's
that's just what I call it.
Close enough.
And because of that, I couldn't summon Gascoigne anymore to fight the Cleric Beast with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck, man? What am I? So I thought I was just going to grind.
Actually, I lied. I did summon someone for Abritas, but I lost every time I summoned, and I did end up beating her by myself.
Yeah.
So now, like, my friend Doug wants to play this with me, like, all the way. This is like his game. Yeah, like, I know it's like everyone's game, but like he's beaten this about
Free Cheese Hall of Fame game.
That's true. First one.
He's beaten this game. He can confirm 12 times with DLC. But
I never beat the DLC.
But,
I should maybe go back to that.
But he says it's between the 12 and 17 range. That's how many times. Like, he has like 30 characters. Like,
that's nuts.
So yeah, so he wants me to like play this through with him or whatever, like a co-op thing.
My favorite thing to do, and this is like after Capitals games, stupid drunk, is just like start a character and see how far I can go before I'm like
before you're dead,
yeah,
or asleep.
Before I like, don't even know which way's left anymore.
It's a good game.
These just start speed running.
Yeah,
that's basically what he's doing. Yeah.
You can get the Gascoigne pretty fucking quick.
It doesn't take long if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, you can get the Gascoigne real quick, skipping everything, and then it's going over that drawbridge. Yeah, I think I'm not even draw over that bridge.
I'm at the point where I'm trying to just understand the map more now.
Yeah,
but yeah, that whole beginning part, I'm not worried about anybody. Like, I'm not like playing cautious. I'm just like, fuck you, just go into a whole crowd swinging.
Careful with that hubris.
I know
that shit'll get you.
But in the beginning, I feel like I can do it. I know the more I explore, I'm gonna be like.
But even at the beginning,
a
sometimes,
misstep, man.
Yeah,
especially that fire pit, man. Like, I have a strategy, dude, but like if I fuck up my strategy, I'm kind of
that fire pit is my mosh pit.
Oh, that fire! Like, if you know how to do the fire pit at this point, like I feel like if you've gone through it, everyone has their different route or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I still feel like if you take a bad misstep, you're dead there easy.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're totally right with that. But I guess that's part of the fun, is that risk.
Have you ever seen the fucking like meme about the Forbidden Woods?
No,
I can't wait. The map, the fucking like 4-year-old drawn map that.
No, yeah, like my theme with my now playing this episode is just like I've just scratched the surface of like all these games. I never really like dived in, and I feel like that's just kind of me in general. That kind of sucks, but
Let Bloodborne pull you in.
Yeah. I just got to get these balls rolling. Yeah. That's pretty much all it is. Just got to Fred Durst it.
Yeah.
So from there, my last game is Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm sorry, Lugu.
I was gonna say I don't know what Luigi is.
Yeah. Lugu 3.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to say something when you were talking about the haunted house earlier. Oh, when he got out of the elevator, you saw a gooey man. That's your scariest thing. But
I'm the cool man.
Lugu. It was all green and shit.
Dude. Surprisingly, Gooigi adds a lot to this game. Like
I don't know what a Gooigi is either.
Because I thought Gooigi would be the stupidest fucking thing, but like, have you gotten him yet?
No.
It like genuinely
scratching the surface here, but this time I was just soaking in everything. That's all I've been doing.
Well, so you're fresh,
sucking in everything.
There you go. You're fresh off the heels of beating 1 and 2, so
yes.
Entering 3, how do you feel? Because you were a little down on the controls with 2, but
it's about what I hoped for.
Yeah.
I'm really I love that when you first start the game. Everything's bright and sunny.
Even the title screen, too. It's like golden.
I think they tried to pull like a little PT thing. Everything looks all nice.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is nice and serene. You get this nice little trip.
Are you talking about PT? PT have a fucking cockroach go by the screen in the first frame of the game.
The menu.
The menu card.
Oh, God.
Because it's just a forest.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
all right.
Yeah, like, what is this? This is fine. Yeah.
So, like, it just, like, reminded me of that. And, like, you know, you're watching them go off the bus, go into this hotel, and, like, obviously you can see that these ghosts are dressed up as people with, like, they have, like,
that
masks.
That fucking face was horrible. I almost took a picture of that and sent it to you guys. Yeah, fuck that guy. He's like, you don't realize he's wearing a mask at first? He's just like...
His, like, eyes are going 2 different directions.
Terrifying.
And then, like, one of them... I think he had like a plate of like food or something,
yeah.
And he was like, "Is there anything I can help you with today? Or do you want any like hors d'oeuvres or something?" But like he's like hovering, leaning towards you, and you can kind of see that like he doesn't have like his shoes are still on the ground, but he's leaning towards you, and he has no leg.
Yeah,
but it's very subtle, and it's just and then he like,
but you know,
but he like, oh crap! Like I saw this detail where he's like, oh, I shouldn't be doing that. Like, I've assumed the position.
And then when the lady comes around, and you're like, she's a floating, she's moving like fucking Elvira or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, when shit finally hits the fan and everything peels off Silent Hill style, turning into, like, the whole mansion, and then, like, the whole title card, everything's all creepy now. It's like, there it is.
Top notch.
It's really nice. Like, the lighting, the visuals.
The
vacuum has a little more, I don't want to say weight, but when it comes to sucking in a ghost, it's a little more paced.
Yeah.
So, like, because at first, it's not an instant.
No, you've got to like
pull back or like hit A and pull back.
Yeah,
it's just
you've got to like
they're there, but they're like at the tip of the vacuum, but they're not quite in yet.
Yeah,
so you can't do anything until
you can't
they're fully
pull back.
In.
You need to just vacuum, not pull. Once they hit the tip, then you pull back, and then you do the.
And
A.
then you just mash A, and you're just fucking Woody Woodpecker, Looney Tunes, side to side, slamming them. Hawk Loki.
I did not.
That's my favorite thing.
No, it's good. I thought this game was going to be kind of just whatever, but it's actually, like, I really like this game. I didn't expect it to be as good as it is. Yeah, not that the others are bad, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, Luigi's Mansion 1 was just such a weird departure for, like...
It's still not quite the same level as Isolation as the first one.
No, but
it's okay. Like, that's not... That doesn't take away from this game, because you got to think, like, Luigi's experienced by this point. You got to factor in the lore, deep as lore. Friggin' Mario.
But no, I think like moving through this hotel is like each floor feels like generally dynamic and different and whatever. Like so far I've seen like the gift shop area, or not the shop, but like the shopping district where like there's a barber, there's a jewelry store, like whatever.
I just only been through the lobby, and like the parking garage and which is funny because the parking garage, that same car from the second one, has the poltergeist.
Yeah.
Inside,
there's
a poltergeist.
Poltergeist, right? Yeah. There's more to that car.
Okay. I was wondering why it was there. I was like, this is the 1 and 2. Is this Egad's car? That's why I thought it was, because I think he said go get my vacuum out of my car or whatever. But I was like, so is this your house?
Yeah.
I don't know. But controls, most important thing here. Right stick is not inverted.
No.
I think you have the option to.
You can change things. Yeah, I think. I don't know.
I don't know. If you can, I don't know. I think I might try it out this time.
Yeah.
Gyroscope, you can have one. I turned it off. It took a number dial. I put it down to 0. maybe I might have it on. I'll try it. I'll toy with it.
Yeah.
But the aiming. So now, if you're doing a flashlight or if you're doing a vacuuming, usually once you have that button held in, you can't rotate your character. You're just you're static.
Push forward.
So you're just strafing instead of looking around. Now you can look around.
Right.
I'm like, oh, this is what it needed. And not only can you, so the A button is the flashlight, but now you can do the R button. And I was like, I have to get used to that.
I did this by accident.
It's a bit of a transition. I have to rely on R because if I want to look around with the right stick, so you can hold in that. Because you can't do that with A.
Yeah, it does feel a lot better to be able to do that. You don't feel so like hamstrung to this tight, weird control scheme. And I found that like on 3DS, I felt really like just knuckle, I don't know, like claw knuckle. Just not claw knuckle. Is that a
Claw knuckle.
Claw knuckle.
Claw knuckle.
Yeah.
It felt weird, but yeah, it feels
I'll
nice.
write that phrase down just as a
Jot that
reminder
down.
for later on.
Yeah.
But I think I have it to where the right stick only does left and right. You can't go up and down with it.
Yeah.
Or something like that, or the left stick. I forgot how I had it set up.
Yeah, you can change that so that, yeah, you can limit that. I think you can also do things where you can just freely rotate with left no matter what you're doing, vacuuming or not. And yeah.
No, I have it a little more limited. But I really like that. That's the one thing I needed. I'm going to enjoy this game so much more now.
Yeah.
Doing that little jump, the little gust jump
Yeah,
or whatever.
the jump is a new mechanic, the Guigi's the new mechanic, and then the plunger.
Okay.
Do you have the plunger yet?
No, but I assume the dark light is back.
Dark light's there, yeah. And the dark light, it's cool. Like everything about this is like exactly what you'd want in a third Luigi's Mansion on Switch. It's.
I feel like this should have been the second game.
Yeah, because that again, like the part of that second game that sucked so much.
This
was
should have been the second game for like Wii U.
Yeah. That like sudden departure of each stage as you finally felt yourself getting somewhere, and you're dun, 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 and you're pulled right out of it. Just like it just
feels more sandboxy.
Yeah, and this
everything you can interact with.
This feels like the next evolution of that first GameCube game.
Yeah. That feels nice.
I like the puzzles a lot.
Like I didn't get too far again. I left off being in. I thought it was a good point to turn it off. Anyway, I went into a room. I saw that EGAD was faded in a picture frame. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, you probably used a dark light to revive him. Mm-hmm. I didn't pick up the dark light yet, but as soon as I saw that picture frame, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna turn this off because fuck him. No, but like hopefully, I mean, because I know this game isn't mission based.
Yeah.
You get to explore each floor.
Yeah, you just wander as much as you want and go back to floors. So the whole premise of the game is...
So he doesn't call you constantly, right?
No, he's called me like twice maybe. And I'm like 4 hours into the game.
That's already an improvement.
Yeah.
Within those 4 hours, he probably would have called me like 69 times.
He usually doesn't call you until you get to the end of a boss fight. Like
that's understandable because that's how the first game was.
Let me say this. He doesn't call you, but it'll like kind of pop up on the screen. And like there was one point where he wanted me to get him something. I forget what it was. Like, hey, go to my car and go on this floor and find whatever it was.
Shuka.
And as I'm wandering through, he's just like, hey, stop exploring and find this fucking thing. And I'm like, fuck you. I want to like. There was a couple of those moments where I was like,
Metal Gear Solid.
There were a couple of times where I was like, let me fucking wander and do what I want to do, because I was enjoying like figuring out how to get the gems on each floor and all those things.
Yeah, it's not as many gems either. I saw.
Across the board. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's not like 10 or whatever gems. It's like maybe like 4 or 5 or something.
Yeah, 6 per floor, something like that. But I don't know. I found that like the boss battles are really fun. They're just unique characters, just like you'd expect from a Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
But
that's the other thing. I like that they brought back more human-shaped ghosts.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's like an evolved form of like the first game.
Yeah, no, they look cool. There's like mini guys now too. There's all sorts
like
of
Helen Gravely.
That was good. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, all right. They got names.
No, I'm
characters.
I'm
here.
like genuinely impressed with the game. Like I didn't expect it to be as good as it. Like I expected it to be just fine, but not like
as good or as good.
As good. I didn't. You know what I mean? Like Luigi's Mansion's not technically like a marquee title for it. You know what I mean? It's not up there with your
like Mario Odyssey,
like a core Mario, but like this is definitely. It's got that next level of polish. That's funny because next level is the developer. I did not mean that.
Huh.
But it has that next level of polish that you're like you want out of a good, like a big fall release like this is pitched up to be. Like,
Oh, another good
Just
thing.
never felt like it would be, but it is.
Like I know before you could hold in the button to like kind of sprint in the older games, kind of. Mm-hmm. This one, it's like momentum.
Yeah, but
so like, you don't have to hold in the button. You just have to lean forward, and then he starts getting faster.
But if you do hit a button, it actually fucks you up.
Yeah,
I kept doing that.
Down.
I'm like, yeah. So you just kind of push, and you'll start running. But yeah, it's good. Like I'm 5-ish floors in, but yeah. So you're going through, and each boss fight you do, they've stolen what do you call it? Elevator buttons. So you're trying to get the elevator buttons to put them back in the elevator, so you can keep climbing the tower.
Does it show how many floors it is?
Yes, but I didn't count.
Okay.
But you can see like how many buttons are missing and how many you have or whatever. So each floor has been different in so many different ways. Like there's different paths to things, different sections are locked off, different puzzles to solve.
So you have to go back to these floors probably later.
Some of them I've like gotten up to a thing. I'm like, I don't have a thing for that. Like there was something on one of the earlier floors where I didn't have the plunger yet, and then I got the plunger and I went back and I was able to go get the gem or whatever.
That's cool.
But there's weird things. Like there's one room you wander into and it's like a pool table with pool balls like floating in the air. When you walk up, they all fall to the table, and if you stand in a corner and suck them all into a corner or any of the pockets, as long as you clear the table of all the pool balls, you get a little like in-game achievement for playing pool on the second floor or whatever. It was like little things like that so it's like encouraging you to interact with the environment in different ways and see, just like in the first game or any of them, where you would like walk up near a bed sheet and vacuum and see if you can pull it off and see what's underneath.
That's
like,
all I'm doing in every room. Just
there's
like,
so much of that in
cleaning every room.
Every room, every hallway, there's just always something to like seek out or find, or like, can I shoot this? Can I suck this? Can I fuck this? I mean, wait.
I mean, I know like we all know like King Boo's like the main antagonist throughout this whole series. But like, what if this whole story was just a very very heavily planned way to get Luigi to be their their room service, like their housekeeping or whatever, where it's just like. They don't have a cleaning crew. Luigi is the cleaning crew for this.
Someone to come in and change the
This
sheet.
is the rest of his life now. No more plumbing.
He'd be alright with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna. That's what I'm playing later on today for the rest of the day. It's just fucking around Luigi's Mansion.
Probably same.
Yeah, it's a good jam. I did, as mentioned, I started and completed a video game this week called Resident Evil 2.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wait, when you say completed,
Yeah.
I beat Claire's story.
okay,
Claire A.
Claire A. Started Leon B.
Okay.
dude. So did you like that jump?
Yeah, it was good. That was
just saved you so much time.
Cleaned out so much. I was like, oh fuck, we're there. All right.
Also, Claire with the minigun.
That was good.
Just like that was some like Ellen Ripley shit.
Yeah, that was pretty badass. So the one thing I never knew about Resident Evil 2. So my history with Resident Evil is I played through 4 on the Wii when it came there, and then y'all played Resident Evil 1 remake with me.
The Wii version was your first experience with 4?
But that was my first experience with
or
Resident
only experience?
Evil.
Wow.
Only experience with 4. Only experience with Resident Evil outside of like
that's very
Umbrella Chronicles. Or whatever.
So you're doing Wiimote.
That's what I was doing on Resident Evil 4, and then I played like Umbrella Chronicles on Wii, and that is it. Like I haven't played shit from Resident Evil, except for the remake stuff that we did for the site for Under My Umbrella.
I've seen some playthroughs of 2 and 3. Yeah, I think just 2 and 3, but 4 was the first one I ever played and completed myself.
2 for 64.
Dang, yeah. Well, so this game is Super Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
Like not literally beat for beat, but like there's so much that is like pulls from Super Metroid in such a cool way. Like the only thing that I'm not going to spoil the game, but there was like I was kind of expecting like Sherry to come back and be my savior. You know what I mean? Like that, like the Super Metroid thing. Yeah. But like barring that, like this is so much that game. But I just have such a good sense of accomplishment and like achievement after beating that game, like in a way I haven't felt in a while. Like not quite Bloodborne levels of like I did this, but like you do feel
it's kind of a short game too. But like
I think it's 8 hours or something.
But like in a nice digestible way.
Kind of in a nice. Like I constantly wanted to stop playing this game as I was playing it, and not because like it's bad or whatever. It's because the game does such a good job of making you feel alone and like underpowered. Like I felt like every shot that I took, even though I was hitting most of them, I felt like I shouldn't have been taking those shots.
Yeah.
But if you run by someone and you don't have a sub-weapon, like you're going to get fucked up. And even when you have a sub-weapon, you're like, well, I just wasted that. Now I don't have that for the next one that gets me. Like you just constantly feel like you're up against the wall.
You got to pick and choose.
It's such that it to that point where like I'd play it and I'd be like, all right, I'm getting to a typewriter and I'm fucking done. And you get to the typewriter and you're like, nah, I can do a little bit more. And you just keep going a little bit more.
Have you tried getting to the typewriter when Mr. X is chasing you? Because that's when you don't feel safe. It's like, I can't even... I can't even save my game right here in the lobby.
I'm not going to spoil this game, like, you know, some of those bigger moments. But Mr. X, or Tyrant, as I've known him to be called, way less of a threat than the internet would have made you think all year long. Like, Earl, you sleepy? Eyes are open, still snoring. No, like the, you know the part, right? I assume.
Yeah.
Like he's not. Mr. X is not. I don't know. He was like he definitely threw me off my course, right? Where I'd be like, well, fuck, I can't go that way because he's there and he's just gonna fucking pummel me. But
if you play this with like headphones on.
No, like yeah, he.
No. I mean, just for the initial part of him, and like the earlier half of the game.
Yeah.
Like hearing the footsteps.
Yes.
On like the floor above you, him just looking around. And it's like, oh, man, when can I go? When can I leave? Can you just go to another part of this building, please, so I can move?
I kept having to like bait him. Like there was
but there's some rooms that he won't go into. Yeah, like
he won't go into save rooms. So what I would do is like I'd walk out of a save room, get him to look at me. I'd run down the stairs and behind something, get him to walk down. I'd run back up, and you know, go.
He won't go in the clock tower either.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah,
because like I was at the door waiting. I was like, I only have like 2 shots in this grenade launcher.
Because he fucked me up. So I was getting into the clock tower, and he came out of nowhere, and I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
I think I used him to clear some zombies too.
Yeah, that there was like 2 of them on that balcony, and he came at me, and I couldn't get into the clock tower yet for some reason. I can't remember what the fuck. I don't know, but yeah, that whole section. But I mean. That was only the first third of the game. Like, he's not there for that long.
No.
But, yeah.
But when he is, it sucks.
But for me, it was less scary than it was, like, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Just like, I don't have time for this shit. I'm trying to get to where I'm trying to go, and you're blocking me.
Yeah.
Honestly, I felt like the lickers were more threatening than he was.
Yeah, especially when there's, like, more than one.
Yeah, any room where there were 2 lickers, I was like, fuck you. But thankfully, I had the... I forget the fucking weapon, but the one that I could shoot the fire ammo at, right, and just like burn them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a shotgun, but it's like a grenade launcher. That's what I had. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, dude, just the puzzle solving in that game, all the little things, like you feel smart every time you figure something out. Like
the map's real nice.
The map
is real nice.
The map is so good, dude. The way that you walk into a room, and as long as you kind of like brush past something, you don't even have to like interact with it. But if like, you know, you have finite inventory space. So that's another factor in like feeling threatened or feeling pressure.
Yeah.
Like, should I pick this up? Should I not pick this up? If I don't pick this up, am I going to need it in 2 minutes? That kind of thing. And having the map just kind of remember all the things you've passed by, so you can quickly be like,
have the little icons like, oh, this is where the pistol clip is. This is where.
Right. Like, I need a red herb right now. And you're like, got it. There's 1, 2 rooms over. Like that kind of thing where you're like, you can always kind of scale back.
Did you learn the trick of not really attacking zombies when they're down?
What do you mean?
So like I've realized if you're not like blowing off their head or like severing their limbs while they're down,
yeah.
if you just keep shooting them, they're gonna get back up.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, got it. Because I was trying to do like the double tap thing where it's just like, are you dead?
Right.
Stay down.
I would usually
like, they would just get. I was like, fuck.
No, I'd usually go for 3 shots to the head and then do whatever I needed to do in that room and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like that was usually the go-to for me. It was just I don't know, a lot that I didn't like. There's a lot of characters in that game that I didn't expect. Like as a kind of passive observer of those games through the years, you kind of pick up on the main characters. Like your Leons, your Claires, your Chris, Jill, fucking Wesker, all that stuff. But like the fucking police chief, Sherry's mom, all those characters you never know exist. Were they in the original too?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. Like I think
the only thing that was I think I don't remember is that orphanage.
That was brand new. They said that was brand new.
And that was cool too, man. That was a neat little departure for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing that sucked was it was a boss fight near the end of the game. Seemingly it was kind of like the big build up you get to.
Yeah.
I fucking loaded into that, or not, I walked into that with yellow health, right? Like medium, and no healing items. And I'm like, oh God, before I went to dinner last night, we went out for dinner, and I before we left, I like just got to that part. I tried him twice and died because it was like all it takes is like 2 good hits and I was dead. So, went to dinner. We came home and I was just fucking asleep because Japan time. And I woke up this morning 5, and I was like, well, I'm up. Let's fucking do this. And thankfully, there's a first aid spray in the room that I didn't find last night. But I ran around. I found that. So that gave me, even not even using it, I just had that extra little bit of confidence. Like, okay, I can take a hit and I'm good because I can just heal back up to full health. And I got him, pretty.
How did you feel about the sewer?
Which part?
The one room where it just looks like hell.
The red room?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that place.
It looked cool.
It looked cool as shit, but you're like, there's no good way through that. Like, you're just fucked. You're just wandering through, covered in shit, literally. And then, are you supposed to tiptoe or are you supposed to just book it? Because I couldn't figure out. Like,
I feel like I did both.
Yeah, I feel like I did both, and neither of them did anything. Like, it didn't. I felt like I should tiptoe when they're underground. I feel like, I don't know. Have you seen this part? There's these big eyeball monsters.
Sewage area, right?
Yeah.
And you're underwater, not underground.
You're underground, and you're kind of like wading through shit to get to this part where you have to go, where you have to do something, but you have to walk past all these fucking big, weird, gross dumpster shit monsters. Fuckers. That's
well, whenever you play as Hunk, you start down there.
Yeah.
You have to work your way up to the entrance of the police station. It's tough.
I really, really liked that game. I liked what we had played of 1 when we played it. What was it, last year?
Yeah.
But 2, I mean, this is just a whole other game. This is so fucking good. I feel like I fucked up for 20 years just not playing any of these. And I immediately, upon finishing this, I was like, all right, well, I got to see Leon's story now, obviously. Fill in the gaps. Because how long is that going to take me? Like 2 hours? 4?
Not as long as you did with Claire.
Yeah. I knew hers was about 8. I'd assume his would be about half.
I mean, now that you know like what you're doing, navigating is going to be a little different.
Yeah, I already noticed. Like, there was a couple things where I started to do, like, with Leon's part, like, there's that part in the early part of the police station where you have to find the fuse thing to open the garage door. And I was like, oh, I know where that is. It's in this fucking... Wait, what? Like, you wander and it's like, nope, not there. I'm like, oh, well, I don't fucking know where it is.
Actually, I think... Does some of the puzzles you do as Claire, doesn't that affect your second playthrough?
I believe it does, yeah.
I know that there was something that didn't... Like, there was something where I knew I had done it as Claire, but it's not that way with Lee. I can't remember now, but yeah, either way. But I immediately wanted to jump right into his, and I'm like, okay, where do I go next? Like, I almost, even though I hadn't beaten it last night, I was like, I'm going to come home. I'm going to see if Marc wants to play fucking Resident Evil 5. I was like,
I mean, I'll do it.
I know. But,
well, him and I were supposed to.
I'll play Resident Evil 5.
How many co-ops is it? Can we do 3-player co-op on there?
2.
Fuck. All right. But I'm like, let's fucking give me all in. Like, I almost bought
Beat
Revelations
2
on. I know.
And keep that high going to 5 because
I know it's a
5
is
fine.
I was just thinking like
6.
co-op, that kind of thing.
6 is it's something. I'll say that.
Yeah.
How many players is Mercenaries?
We're not fucking playing Mercenaries.
I think it's 4.
I don't even. No, I'm out. I'm out. You can play that. I'm not fucking.
But
playing that
I think
bullshit.
I almost bought Revelations 1 and 2 are on sale on Switch right now. They're like half off. I was like,
I never played those. Those are co-op too, right?
Yeah, I played the demo. I think for the first one on 3DS.
Yeah, that's all I played.
And then I didn't.
They're not bad.
Yeah, they were good even on 3DS. So I imagine with dual sticks and everything.
They were both episodic, right? I know one was.
Second one's episodic.
I think the first one's episodic. Or is it? Now I can't remember.
I don't know.
Because the first one, you're Jill. And then the second one, it's you're Claire and I think Barry. And I remember that one being released in episodes. And then you can now just get it entirely as a whole thing.
How did that fit in the canon of everything?
I don't know, because like I think they're like, I guess they're like prequels or something.
All right. Because 6 seemingly has everyone.
Yeah,
Actually, does it? It doesn't have Jill or Claire.
Yeah, they're not in it. Maybe this is during that.
Yeah, Resident Evil 2, man. I kept saying I was going to play it around Halloween.
Well, I'm glad you have a better taste in your mouth with it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I started it, I think, like, I forget what day. I woke up fucking 4 o'clock again, did Ring Fit, and then I was like, I still have hours before work. And I was like, I'll play Resident Evil a little bit. And fired it up. Good game.
Yeah.
And I spent most of Saturday playing it.
I still need to try those what-if scenarios.
The Ghost Survivor things?
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called.
The ones where it's like other characters that aren't.
Yeah,
I loaded those up and I was like, oh, should I? And I was like, now play Leon.
Because they're little just what if scenarios. Like, what if you did make it out? What if you were this character? Like, whatever.
Yeah. No, it's cool, man. That's a really good fucking game.
Yeah.
It's been a solid week. That is it. I did play a little bit of Daemon X Machina, the prologue demo that came out. I saw that all the way through to the end finally, and I'm borderline ready to pull the trigger on that. But I was like, nah, I got other shit I got to play. But I like that game a lot.
Yeah,
just something was because I watched all of Evangelion and I was in a weird place, and I was like, well, I could be a mech boy, and then played some Daemon X Machina and.
But you wish it was an Ava unit.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same.
No, I can't really get to that. Yeah.
Get in the damn robot, Shinji.
Goddamn idiot. Anyway. Cool. We're going to take a break and come back. We've got a little bit of news, a little bit of a topic of the week. What do you say to that? After this short break. Be right back. Welcome back. We got a couple news stories real quick before a topic of the week. First, Electronic Arts is bringing its games back to Steam starting on November 15th with Jedi Fallen Order.
Know where I'm getting it at now, boys.
Yeah, there you go. It's also announced that any multiplayer games that EA titles are going to support crossplay between Steam and Origin players. So no matter where you buy it on which PC platform, you can play together.
Sounds pretty epic.
I thought that was the case for any PC game, but all right.
I think the idea being that like you don't necessarily need to buy it on Origin to play with other PC players. I think just like you could just buy it on Steam and then also be. I don't know.
Or maybe you don't need an Origin account now. That you just a Steam account.
I bet you still need an Origin account.
No, whatever.
Yeah.
Ubisoft does that. That's right.
Yeah, that whole Uplay. Yeah. And then the big part about this story, because it's that was the small pieces. Everything's going to start to slowly trickle back in. They called out specifically things like Apex Legends coming in the next couple months and whatever. But EA Access will be the first subscription service to hit Steam next spring. So you'll be able to, what is it? They have different tiers for EA Access, but you'll be able to get that and play those games via Steam versus just having it through Origin.
That's interesting. I really always liked the idea of like a publisher doing that. Now I know that they're all kind of doing like Ubisoft doing it.
Yeah.
It's just like the publishers that are doing it don't have the catalog I necessarily want. Like there's like 2 games I want to play, and that's it. Like I don't want to play every single Tom Clancy game. That is like Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
And then the other one that's coming next year, my fucking roller derby game.
Right.
That's free. So
yeah, what's the point? Yeah. Well, and half the games that I was like that I thought about, like, oh, maybe I'd get that Ubisoft one. Like Watch Dogs got delayed. You know what I mean? Like all the shit's slipping in there.
I want a Rainbow Vegas 3.
Yeah, I bet they do that at some point. I wouldn't be surprised. This past Friday kicked off.
They could do it as expansion. if they really wanted to.
Kicked off BlizzCon with some announcements, and starting BlizzCon was a quite a non-apology from J. Allen Brack and Blizzard that really, to me, just apologized that the situation happened, but not at all for what actually happened.
It was an acknowledgement, not an apology.
Exactly. It was kind of like, hey, some shit happened, and we're sorry that you're upset by it, but it happened. It's kind of how it came to me, because it didn't reverse, didn't change any of the outcomes of anything. I will say, though, that he said in the closing of the speech that Blizzard's actions will do more than any words can. Which, I mean, hey, their actions already have kind of done a lot. Hopefully there's a better story at the end of this, and hopefully he's right that their actions will do but I just don't see their actions changing at all.
Their actions were your next topic you're
right,
about to say here.
Yeah.
I present...
Because video games. So Diablo 4 got announced after... I mean, basically this whole conference leaked. In the weeks prior leading up to. But Diablo 4, there was a very vocal emphasis on how dark the game would be and how it's returning to its roots. Dude. To me, it looked a lot like 3, but with less color. Like, I don't know. Maybe it was just...
I couldn't tell you, but that cinematic was really cool.
Yeah, that opening cinematic.
Like, I wish that was the whole movie.
All the blood stuff, yeah.
I didn't watch it, so...
It's cool. It was like a 9-minute fucking thing. These dudes going through a thing and making blood and finding treasure. And
Who does? Blizzard has a good video cinematic team.
Yes.
World of Warcraft, like,
Definitely.
those cinematics make you want to play that game. And it's like, it's just killing rabbits for the first 2 hours of that game.
Yeah. Speaking of WoW, there's a new expansion where there is no Lich King anymore.
That's something with the lore.
Yeah. But I mean, WoW sort of fell off in the last year. I know Battle for Azeroth was kind of a weak expansion for them, and a lot of WoW players jumped ship to Final Fantasy XIV. Not even Classic, like left WoW entirely.
Oh, I mean,
but Classic also
brought people back.
Yeah.
Now I see people playing it. I know Nick has been playing a shit ton of WoW Classic.
Yeah.
So,
Hearthstone is still a video game, is what I got from that bit. I fucking tuned out at that point.
They just added dragons.
Sure.
Well, they did yes, they're doing another like card expansion thing where I think there's like a dungeon, but they also added
a new game mode.
I think they
right.
They added a fucking thing.
It's like an auto battler, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they added auto chess. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just like you pick, like you just keep having continuous matches between all your characters. You know, like on Smash, you have a group of fighters and you have a group of fighters. That's what I thought they were saying.
I thought it was auto chess.
Oh, maybe it is.
I looked at a brief paragraph thing and I saw auto battler, which auto whatever nowadays reminds me of auto chess. Now I'm sure it's going to be some kind of different spin on it, right? Because you just can't. At this point, the market's too saturated to just dump Blizzard characters into it. So they're going to have to do something different, but that's the idea I'm getting.
Yeah, but I think it's inspired from that, but it's Hearthstone. And then Overwatch 2 announced. The big focus here is a new PvE mode. The cool thing that was said was Overwatch, everything you've done in Overwatch 1 will come over to Overwatch 2. New maps in 2 are going to be retroactive with 1, so even if you don't buy 2, all the new shit you'll still be able to play,
heroes.
and heroes, everything. It's just they'll have the new PvE stuff and then some new...
Sounds like it just should have been an expansion with the first one.
Yeah.
I don't think it needed to be a second game.
But I think with Blizzard, like, that's a weird thing. I like, WoW gets the expansions, and I think certain games can get the expansion, but putting a definitive numerical thing, I mean, that sells a new copy of it. You know what I mean? That, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they had to do some market research there to kind of come up with that too. Because when I saw the 2, I was like, I'm not buying another Overwatch. Like, but now that I know, like, I can just kind of keep playing 1 and still get the maps. Now, like, did they discuss an engine with this announcement or anything like that?
No, unless some of that stuff came out in those Q&As over the weekend. But the big news I saw out of those Q&As were, hey, we announced these games, but we're not telling you when they're coming out because we don't fucking know. That was the only news I got out of those.
That's the only thing that is a possible concern is going to be the engine, because if it's a different kind of, even if it's like a evolution of the same, like a 1.5,
right,
like that is going to have to retroactively go back to Overwatch 1.
Yeah. It's crossplay too, right?
Yeah. What, cross consoles?
I'm sorry. When I say crossplay,
like 1
I mean
and 2.
1 and 2 you can play together.
Yeah, so that, either one of two things. You're going to have to kind of make the engine in a way that you're going to have to patch both of them, but you're going to have to patch them differently because of engines, or you're going to have to retroactively, oh my god, patch Overwatch 1 into the new engine, which would then be some kind of systems requirement upgrade, and those on a low-end PC might not be able to play Overwatch 1 anymore, if that's the case.
That would be a weird...
There's some weird scenarios there depending on how they want to do it. If they pull it off flawlessly, I mean, good on them. That's a great accomplishment, but they had to do some kind of market research. I think it's always been known that, like, if you slap a 2 onto something, it's going to sell better than just a... Just blah, colon, whatever.
Brand awearness kind of revitalizes it.
Yeah.
And we've seen that over the years, right?
Yeah.
So
we'll see on those, but
I just hope that PvE is expansive for it being $60 again.
Yeah. They didn't say 60, but I know what you mean.
Well, the console all right, so that's right. Overwatch on PC it was 40, on the consoles it was 60 because it was considered
the
a different
legendary edition.
Yeah.
Two more stories. First, Yu Suzuki has an interview on the PlayStation blog right now talking about Shenmue 3 releasing soon. And big piece to pull out of there. Some neat things about his history as a game developer and his history with the industry. But just another confirmation that the series will not end with Shenmue 3. Still planning on that long, epic saga. How's Shenmue going?
I didn't really touch it since last time, but still got the little
still creeping along.
Yeah, still got the itch to play it.
Nice.
It's still weird, man. It's just weird.
You got that shit in a couple weeks, man.
I know.
Crazy.
November is going to be quite busy for me. I think I know you said the biggest news out of that was the continuation. I think the bigger news is the lack of news. You didn't say the word delay.
No. Apparently it's still coming November 19th, so we'll see. I mean, I will not believe it until I see it installed on someone's computer, but... our last news story this week is going to spin into our topic of the week. In the wake of the Switch Lite, Japan's current president, Shintaro Furukawa, said, quote, the company would make more 3DS franchises available on Switch. We already saw earlier this year, just a few weeks ago, the Brain Age is coming to Switch, at least in Japan and Europe. Nothing for America yet, motherfuckers. Other things too. I mean, Luigi's Mansion 2 was a 3DS game. Now 3 is a Switch game. Pokemon's coming to Switch. Fire Emblem was previously primarily a mobile handheld game. Yeah.
Wasn't there a Monster Hunter?
Monster? Yeah, they haven't had like the big ass one the same way because I think World took over that spot. But yeah, I mean those were primarily 3DS. And yeah, I mean, so the Switch Lite, was it 2 million units in 11 days, which is pretty damn good. Do you guys hold one yet? I picked one up in a Target, and I fucking almost walked out with one, but I was like, I don't need this fucking thing.
Why?
I don't need it. But it felt like a Vita. Like it felt like the new Vita. It was so.
You're saying that you got the Vita too, maybe?
If you fucking go to a Target, pick it up, and tell me you're not gonna.
I'll pick it. Well, Victoria's gonna end up getting hers at some point. That's one in.
Fucking steal it from her when she doesn't do it. That thing is top. Like I still, part of me wants to just buy one just to fucking have it.
Does it have a USB-C hole at the bottom?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, it's USB-C. Switch is C.
Oh, I mean, can you plug it into a TV though?
It doesn't dock.
See,
I know that's why. I know, and I know that in the spring or whenever we're gonna get
pussies.
We're gonna get a new one. But yeah.
Yeah, the Switch Advance. I called it.
Yeah,
this early this summer.
Anyway, so that news story popped, and then kind of along with that, this week on an episode of Kind of Funny Games. I think it was the Daily Show. Imran Khan, formerly of Game Informer, now working at Kind of Funny. I'm just going to read this quote. So, Nintendo's plans for the 3DS, the 8-year-old handheld console, have gone adrift with a credible source now mentioning that many of their plans have been shuttered and they might eventually come to Switch. Apparently there was another planned remake from the Fire Emblem franchise. If you remember, they had Shadows of Valencia, that remake of 2. So one of the core reasons that is changing these plans is Alpha Dream's bankruptcy. Alpha Dream were the developers of the Mario and Luigi RPGs and most recently filed for like Chapter 11 bankruptcy after that, Bowser's Inside Story remake apparently only sold 11,000 copies. Which is
I believe that.
Great. And that failure led Nintendo to cancel a bunch of further 3DS plans, which Imran Khan says wouldn't be surprised to see those games eventually come to Switch.
That was like a setup for failure, though.
I mean, honestly, I think that Nintendo had planned on the 3DS being... I don't think Nintendo had thought the Switch would be as successful as it is.
But...
And I think that 3DS market jumped a little bit faster than they maybe anticipated. But in the process, yeah, we see all this stuff kind of change over. Now, looking at... I kind of was glancing through a list of 3DS games. Do you guys have anything off the top of your head that you want to see make its way over to Switch?
This franchise has jumped around a bit, but it's been staying on the 3DS as of late.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that WarioWare game.
Dude.
Not what I was thinking, but I like that answer.
Dude, you can do a whole bunch of shit with those Joy-Cons.
Yeah. WarioWare, and in the same vein, I was thinking immediately Rhythm Heaven. Like, because they did the WarioWare collection and they did the Rhythm Heaven collection. Like, just bring me those over on fucking Switch, dude. What you got, Mark?
Tamagotchi life. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, but honestly, right, like, something like Brain Age is definitely more in that vein of, like, their Blue Ocean strategy, so something like Tamagotchi life.
No, I'll probably jump on the bandwagon with, like, Kid Icarus Uprising.
I'd be okay with that.
I think something like that needs to be on there.
I would. That was a game that I never got around to because of where it was, so that I'd be good with that. I already lost my train of thought. Nope, gone. Don't remember. But yeah, there's definitely a hole in a lot of those things that we're not seeing.
Like, they could probably port over the Grezzo Zelda games.
I would love that.
Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, just have them on the Switch.
What is everyone? There's like, those are classically photoshopped covers of Switch games of like the Hero of Time collection, I think is what people call it. And it's like, yeah, just fucking do that. Like,
it's easy enough.
Put them out. Mario Tennis. I mean,
those have been flopped already. Yeah. Oh, well, the last Mario Tennis was already on Switch. Aces.
Oh yeah, I meant golf. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yes. I don't know. I'm curious to see if, like, more of those weird, like, the Art Academy games, the more in that line of, like, the Brain Age-y stuff. Like, Nintendogs. Is there going to be a new Nintendogs?
More stylus-focused.
Yes. I don't know. What else are we missing here?
I mean, Pokemon's coming.
Animal Crossing is coming. That's been a handheld-only thing since the Wii.
They've went back and forth.
Yeah, that one kind of has pivoted. It's not necessarily a 3DS only. It's just like the last things have been on 3DS. But like things like I just saw it, Pikmin, right? Like, where's Pikmin 4? What the fuck's going on with that?
I think this is gonna be an odd one, but I think that what's the name of that Dylan game?
Oh, Dylan's Rolling Western.
Yeah. I think that whole franchise should move over to Switch, because from the demo I played of their last game, that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't. I think also, like, there's been, like, just kind of glancing over the last 2 years of 3DS stuff, a lot of Wii or Wii U demakes on 3DS. Like, bring some of that shit over, man. There's a lot that's just trapped.
And, like, this whole strategy, I mean, that's a good idea to fill the gap between newer games that are being made. So it's like, just fill in those.
Yeah.
Hey, you're waiting for this next big game to come out, and you can play these ports.
Yeah, get like
whatever.
more first-party, second-party support for the console there. Like, that makes sense. I mean, I'm sure there's some marquee games that were probably started on the 3DS, like going along with that story that they're probably scared about. Probably, I'm sure there's a Metroid sequel from that one.
Yeah, from Mercury Steam.
Yeah, I'm sure they're kind of concerned about that. And then I think there were plans for Detective Pikachu too.
Yeah,
that was announced for Switch though, not 3DS.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
I was going to say, but that was another one though. That was on 3DS.
I could see the first game being ported though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, bring that over into while the new
Catch you
being
up.
developed. Yeah,
In case you don't want to see the movie.
it's true. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Nintendo's doing really well, which is cool.
Yeah,
but
they do this. They
ride
the fucking wave, man.
This one seems higher than before though. Like this seems higher than the Wii.
It's not though.
I think it is outpacing Wii sales. I know, like by the numbers, it's no.
I don't know how they would do this, but it would be weird if they ported over Spirit Camera.
Yeah, push some shit like that. Yeah, you can't really pull that
You
off
can't,
with that camera, but like, yeah,
do something. I don't know. I know that they were interested in bringing Fatal Frame series over.
Yeah,
and they should because like it didn't get much of a hit here.
Yeah, no.
And like the last one was on like Wii U or something, but that series it has a really good following.
Yeah,
like I wish they got more recognition. Like Dragon Quest is starting to do that.
Dude, you're already getting the weird horror game. It's just not Fatal Frame. It's the what's that fucking sequel that no one anticipated?
Oh, Deadly Premonition 2?
Yeah,
yeah.
Look, I don't.
Out of left field.
Yeah, but I don't want just one. I want them all.
Yeah, that's true.
Give me all.
I was really I almost fired up Dragon Quest 11 the other night because I've been itching for. I need a long ass RPG, and that's why I'm kind of thinking Pokemon might be it. But I'm also like, I don't fucking, because Pokemon's such a known quantity. But fuck me up a little bit. I almost re-downloaded Final Fantasy 15 the other night. That's how weird it got. I was just like, I need something.
Play The Witcher. Just
Just hold that itch. Hold that itch.
I don't think The Witcher's for me.
I know The Witcher's not for me, and that's fine because they're making a game that is for me.
I don't know. I should try that demo for Dragon Quest and see if it clicks. I don't know if it will.
Could do builders.
Yeah. I don't know. I just need like a big epic RPG. Like maybe this is the time I jump into Xenoblade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chronicles 2. Sorry. That one's been on my radar since it launched, but I just never pulled the trigger because I was like, eh.
Or have you played Persona?
No, that too. I had Persona 5. I pulled up. I was like, fuck.
Or maybe like if you have access to it, try one of the old Shin Megami Tensei.
Dude, all those things. I've like had fucking Wikipedia pages open. I've had tabs open.
Go back in time. Play the first Nier.
I don't know. I feel like that was kind of rough.
Which one though? That's
the Nier.
Yeah.
And then if he's still feeling the itch, go back to Dragon Guard. What is it?
Dragon Guard. Yeah.
But Nier on 360 and Nier on PS3 are two different games.
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah.
One is
he
one is that you're an old father. The PS3 one, you're a young brother.
Yeah.
So it's not. So it's either you have a daughter or you have a sister.
Yeah.
There's this whole thing. It's
Jesus, that's worse than our wrestling games. We're showing all those different consoles.
I don't know. I got Luigi. I've got. I'm still chipping away at Bloodstained. I kind of hit a wall with that game.
I don't think I'm gonna get to it. I never hit that mood. I have to be in a mood for something like that.
Yeah, I can't get through this spot that I'm at. And it's pissing me off, and I don't know.
I saw a clip of Giant Bomb playing that game, of like them running around making recipes in this little shop area, and it's like, oh, I don't know if
you don't need to do that stuff, but it can help. But yeah, I haven't done much of that, and I'm doing. I mean, maybe that's why I'm fucking up because I'm not doing that stuff. But I don't know. Before we wrap, do you guys have any thoughts on this potential mini direct that may or may not happen?
Every fucking week.
No, it's not every week.
It's every fucking week.
It's not. This is there's been whispers of it with a Terry shadow drop and blah 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 blah. I don't know. I'm not hopeful for it.
Terry would have to be a shadow drop.
Yeah. I'm not hopeful for it, but I wouldn't mind a little taste of something.
Yeah, I mean, all I saw was from what I sent you was like first people were rumoring, oh, it's going to be next week. I was like, no. And then you saw the 7-Eleven ads in Japan where it's like those stay up until the 17th, and there was no mention about
Terry coming.
Yeah,
I don't know. But there has been like changes. People have been like picking apart the Smash DLC website page or whatever, where first Terry's listed as coming soon, then he's listed as there's TBD. Like there's it's like back and forth, like changes on it. I don't know.
People speculating like the YouTube channel updates.
Yeah,
and stuff.
all that crap.
They're going crazy with it.
I'd be okay with it if we had one.
What were they? I feel like they've played their hand for this year. I don't think you need a direct until early next year at this point.
Yeah, unless you were gonna like double down on the Fire Emblem Sharp stuff, you know what I mean? That remake, not the DLC, that Wii U game that's coming, the
Sharp FE.
Yeah, that like unless you like start, but I feel like that one's
like the 5-minute deep dive that they do. They need to have some kind of pillar, I think, as a deep dive.
Yeah, I mean, like a mini direct, you could announce something big for next year. Like, someone had said Kirby Air Ride sequel or something would be announced.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was like
I might play that though. I kind of like Kirby.
Yeah, I'd be down, but like I could see something like that where it's like, oh, okay, I didn't fucking expect that. Like, I don't know, or if maybe some of these 3DS games do pivot to Switch, like maybe this is the time for that. But I don't know.
Or maybe just an overhaul of like the Switch, like
God,
UI.
Dude. Bare minimum, give me some
theme.
Give me some fucking Three Houses avatars. You know what I'm saying?
Or a theme.
Yeah,
I'll take a Three Houses theme at this point.
That'd be good.
Instead of just a stupid dark or light mode.
Yeah. Some new.
What the hell?
Give me some new SNES games. Give me, dude. You know what I really? Give me some old ass Final Fantasy on the SNES Switch stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let me play FF3.
Oh, it's like, yeah. Why don't you finish your?
They should figure
play
out.
through a 6.
Nah, I'd have to. I think it's my playthrough of 6 is fucked up because I started on PSP and then took the save to Vita and then went back to PSP, but now I don't remember which. I have no fucking idea. I don't know, but
play 7.
Right. I'm itching for. I know. Like,
all right. Well, I mean, we're throwing RPGs at you. And
you're. I know. I'm just. It's in that. I'll find something.
Don't play 15. Just don't.
No. I didn't down. I was like, I went to bed that night. That's what I did. I was scrolling through.
Yeah, that's probably the better thing to do than ever play 15.
Yeah, no. It was, I fucking put the controller down, put on some bullshit, and just fell asleep. That's
one of those nights where it's just like, I'm ready for bed. I want to play 15. I should just go to bed.
Yep. When you think you want to play Final Fantasy 15, just go to sleep. It'll be okay.
I think one night I just randomly booted up Pokemon Crystal.
There you go. Yeah.
I was like, just because.
Yeah.
Whenever I think about like experiencing 15 for myself, I always pull up the Leviathan boss fight. I'm like, that looks like a fucking mess. I'm out.
That game's fine. It's fine. Matter of fact, like, if like in anticipation of 7, you could probably play through 15 and be all right.
That's all right.
I feel like 7's gonna pull a lot from
I'll play 7.
Yeah.
Regular 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep creeping on some Luigi's Mansion this week. I think it's kind of it from what I remember. Like I'm really, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to the Outer Worlds. I've not thought about Destiny at all. Like even with the Halloween event going on, like, I don't know. I might be good, man. This might be it. I might just.
Am I the one crunching for Game of the Year now?
Yeah, maybe.
Jesus.
Like Resident Evil was the last big one I knew I had to knock off. I could give a fuck about Death Stranding.
I'm very curious. I'm still like conflicted with Death Stranding.
Oh my god, no! The review scores have only raised my expectations of this game.
I think I just really want to see the ending because I want to watch a movie.
I've seen the 3s out of 10. I've seen the 9.5s out of 10. The 6s, the 8s. Oh, I'm so excited! And I saw a commercial. I was watching TV in Vegas for it. Not the Rick and Morty one, like a real ass commercial for it with Norma Reedus. I was like, I can't fucking wait. It's here. It's a shame I won't be here next week. It's a real crying dirty shame.
You have to let me know. That game sounds pretty rough. But
I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Like seriously.
So what do you got left? You got Death Stranding, Shenmue now.
Shenmue 3, yeah, I gotta be the representative for Shenmue 3 now.
Is there anything new other than those two that's like still yet to be released?
Outer World. Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
that will probably be my last big one as it's been released yet. Because of the hype around Outer Worlds, I've been like exploring like different games like that. Disco Elysium is now kind of piqued my interest. I want to play through the Outer Worlds, and I still want more of that. I might go visit Disco Elysium, or at the very least, it would make my I'll play it next year.
Right,
nominee.
right. Yeah.
But dude,
Yeah.
Shenmue,
Yeah.
Outer Worlds, After Party, Death Stranding, Star Wars.
Ooh.
No Doom, at least. I don't have to worry about that now.
I know. I mean, that was my other big one for the end of the year. But, Mark, you got any? What are you playing this week?
Probably Luigi's Mansion. Not sure what else outside of that. What I'm feeling, maybe Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Continue that. Yeah, I don't know right now off the top of my head.
Countdown to Pokemon. Is that where you're at? Or you where I'm at, where it's kind of like.
I just don't know.
I know.
I actually need everything to leak in order for me to know if I want to get it.
Because I think the problem with Pokemon is it's such a known quantity that it's hard to. Like, you kind of like, okay, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do that. But this does seem to be changing things a little bit, you know?
And like, I know people want to, like, not, they don't want to know everything about the game. They just want to experience it as they're playing it. But it's like, I'm not at that age anymore. It's like, what exclusives is this one getting? Which ones look cool? What am I getting out of this? Is this worth pursuing? I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I'm not quite feeling it.
Yeah.
But
no, I've this year has been nothing but like I haven't had a lot of new experiences.
Like,
so I think the prospect of walking into something that's so tried at this point.
I think Pokemon, like the leaks of Pokemon actually will actually make my decision if I get that Death Stranding like day one. Because I don't want
trying to play it at midnight that night.
Well, that's gonna bring it to an end for episode 324. You can go to the website freecheese.com for all the things we do, like Free Cheese Wrestling House Show Massacre, which debuted on Halloween, the penultimate episode of our first season of a wrestling show. Go check that out now to see the fate of Free Cheese Wrestling unfold. You can follow us on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at SomeFreeCheese. Mark is at Algo_mental. Matt is at MattyIce131. I am at The Free Cheese. That's going to do it. Mark and I will be back next week. Matt, enjoy Nashville.
Will do. Thank you.
Enjoy Death Stranding.
Will do. Thank you.
I'm looking forward to hearing more on that in a couple of weeks.
Will do. Thank you.
Until then, don't let anybody tell you can't have your mashed potatoes if you want them. We'll be back. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, listener, for listening. We out.